am Sure Sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right, my people, welcome back to the channel. Good night. This is what? 9:32 in Jamaica and in other places. Now, this is very important, because some of you would have heard and seen. Yeah, anyway, before we get into that, you know what? Hit the like button. Like and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button right now. And welcome to the persons who are on the platform. This I will not be long. All right? Not be long. So, today I had a show. Don't it? And we're having some discussions about the girls needing. You remember, people, for those who watch it, if you did not watch the show, go back and watch it, about the girls and the senior team, right? Senior team talking about the need that they need basically a statement of account, and including me was saying that if the money pay and you don't think it is enough, do you need a comprehensive statement of account? All right. So during that show, I called Mr. Dennis Chung, who is the General Secretary. People, you remember, right? I muted myself so I could speak to him before I brought him on here. Then I brought him on here and I spoke to him first and said, listen, are you available to speak on these matter? Because it was kind of sudden. You want to make sure that you give people enough time. Anyways, we had a conversation that lasted almost 1 hour, 59 minutes and stuff. All right. Show ended. Then Sportsmax, big up to Lance and Ricardo and beautiful young lady. You understand me? Forget for your name right now. They had an interview shortly after that where Khadija Shaw and Becky Spencer were on it, piggybacking on some of those things. So I took both conversations like this and I put them together, and the whole sentence burn up, because a negative, how them call it now? You put a negative and a positive together, Maria. Yeah. The whole thing, the whole place burned down. So fire brigade out there, out fire. Right now, I use some water, outer water. They were empty the sea right now, because when we put the two stories together, boom, it exploded because them no add up. All right? I ask my questions very specific but direct. And people may think I am long-winded, but I do that to make sure I give people time to talk. All right? I give people time to talk, because I don't want to be preempting them. I don't want anybody to say, but I never understood the question. I'll make sure me ask, do you understand what I am asking? Go back and watch the interview. No. Mr. Chung made it clear on this interview that the 23 girls have been paid. There's no money outstanding. That is number one. He said that. They were paid. He said that 17 of them initially signed whatever it was with this whole weird dispute that left 7 who did not sign. Then he said an additional one joined to make it 18. And he was talking in reference to people being called up. People, if I say it, going to tell me, or go back, go watch the show and come back and say, man is man. I know that the man saying, but said that they were paid. We asked several times about what is owing and all of that. All of those monies from the World Cup were paid. No money is owing to the girls. They had some other issues. And he said the issue that needed to be resolved was they used a very broad term called mistreatment. And they couldn't go ahead not understanding what the term mistreatment meant. So they have sought to engage the girls in a discussion to understand what mistreatment means from their perspective. That was the only outstanding issue. All right? When I tried to ask other questions, I was told that these matters are for the technical department. Right? That was the crux of the thing. No. Categorically stated by the 2 young ladies, quite articulate in their expression on the interview. All right? They clearly stated that they are players who were part of the 23-24 players, more than one players, they said, who have not been paid, players who were played in the World Cup. Ricardo made sure he questioned it because initially I thought they were saying that there was some outstanding monies, because February was constantly brought up. And February, I don't know what games, they even brought up the games in Canada, saying that up to the game in Canada, against Canada, the games against Canada, they were not paid some of these monies. Listen carefully. I wrote it down. All right? I wrote down what they said. They went on and they said, in fact, let me get this part. Mr. Chung said, some of the girls were overpaid. Remember that part, people. Khadija Shah said, some of the girls got a lot of money. She almost said some were overpaid, She said some got a lot, some got a little. She suggested that there are still girls who are, maybe this is not what she meant, but I'm going by what she said, She said there are girls who played in the World Cup. not help with qualifying, but played in the World Cup that have not been paid their monies up to this point. That's what she said. So, Mr. Chung, let me paraphrase for you. What that is saying is that all that you have been saying is a big fat lie. That's what it is suggesting. If they are true, then everything that you have been saying is a complete lie. And if they are lying, you need to come on the program tomorrow and show the people that they are lying, or have a private meeting with them. All right? These young ladies said, they have had one piece of dialogue with the JFF about having a meeting directly. That meeting was scheduled for us. They got the email 9. Well, they got the email. Khadija Shah said she saw it at 10. Mark, she was sleeping, but she saw it. At 10, she said she saw it. For a meeting the Friday morning at 9 a.m., I suspect, but she didn't know if it was 9 a.m. in Jamaica or 9 a.m. in United Kingdom. Because apparently the leadership group is made up of players. It appears predominantly from out of England. These are the things that were being said. So they responded because given the nature of their work, which is obvious, if it's Thursday, they're probably traveling, like she said, she was going to travel from Manchester to London, which means that, right, she would not have been able to make the meeting, all right? They said they wrote back about their unavailability for the meeting, and they have not received any correspondence about anything. It was supposed to be a Zoom. Mr. Chung said today, the girls also said this, on the Sportsman. Go and watch it. That the JFF said that they would meet with them. This is what they said. After these games, which is the game is Sunday. Sunday is what date? Sunday is the 3rd. Which now ties into what Mr. Chung is saying. Because she did say, so there's some little bit of truth and a little bit of lie in this part, because she did say that they promised that they would meet, or not promised, but they suggested that they would meet with the girls. This is what the girls said. This is what Khadija said. Mr. Chung, the JFF said they would meet with them after these games. The last game is Sunday. So Sunday is the 3rd. Monday is the 4th. Tuesday is the 5th. Wednesday is the 6th. Thursday is the 7th, Friday is the 8th. So based on what she's saying and what Mr. Chung said, it is possible that there is a meeting for the 8th because she said that. However, he also said that they reached out to them to have a meeting last week. You don't remember that he said that today? Maybe people may die here doubles. That is where she talked about the distraction. And they're suggesting that there's no distraction. All right. So, Mr. Chung, you have to come out no later than tomorrow to clear up all of this. It no look good. It no look good. So people, if I'm wrong, these are the things that were said. And those things are being refuted by Khadija Shah. How this person, who said the girls are lying? Who this person? Aya, give me a real name. Give me a real name. Give me a real name. Where you come from? I first may see you. How this man? Eh? The man say me, I said, say me bias. What this man? Anyways, me not gonna make a distrap because look like anyways, we're not gonna be disrespectful tonight. So you need to come out tomorrow and clarify this, right? Because remember, they are saying that they have not been in dialogue, with you, They said their communication is with FIFPro. And you said that they reach out to you. They said they reach out to you. You said they reach out for a meeting. From before these qualifiers, they said that was the only discussion about a meeting. So is it that you have been talking to their representative and they're representing not talking to them? You have to clarify those things. You have to clarify how girls who play in the World Cup don't get a cent yet from the JFF. And here's what. Here's what. It cannot be. Because if it is failure by the banks, you can't come out and say they have been paid. If you don't have their accounting information and errors have been made, you cannot say they have been paid. You have to come out and say attempts have been made to pay them. But when you come out categorically and state that all of them have been paid and no money is owing to them, and then they say majority of them, because she said this, you can't just pay 11, suggesting that the greater majority of them have not received their money. You see the other little thing them about send back GPS stuff to club and masseuse and physical train and all of those things. Them thing that to me trivial. Because at the end of the day, if it used to be done when there were camps, I have no doubt that it would continue. So I not really get involved. This is the important matter. Right? I agree with A.M. Henry, because you see, the chips need to fall where they may. I am glad that because what the people have been asking, is for the girls to come out and speak, because we have not heard from them. And they took a medium that is best for them. They also said this, because I think, Lance was, being very modest. I think I like how Ricardo Chambers postured himself in the questioning. Bam. Watch this. He asked her about they asked her about the comments about the GoFundMe, and she explained it as, and I have no reason to doubt that she was speaking the truth. It was misunderstood. She said she never said that it is and she didn't say it for true. She didn't say that their plane fare was paid by the GoFundMe. All right? She said she never said that. She said she spoke to the minister as well, and that was resolved because the minister was upset because most of Jamaica felt like that is what she was saying. She said that, and I am glad that she took the opportunity to clear it up, because many people, hold Bunny Shaw in a negative light because of that particular thing. Not even because of this demonstration, but because of that. So I'm so glad that she cleared it up. And what she said is really a knock against the GFF still. Because per diem is supposed to be per day. Right? per diem. So she said that they did not get their per diem until after the World Cup. So what they had to do is use their personal money where they didn't like the food to buy food outside. And they had to use the GoFundMe to cover that, which is their per diem. So the truth is they got the per diem, but it was after when they didn't really need it to do what they needed to do. You understand me? So that's what she said, and I'm glad that she clarified that. And she removed the idea that persons had, that she was suggesting that airfare and being stranded, that was covered by the per diem. I think that is, and I think when the mother of the player spoke, they also said that they were not suggesting that. All right. So, Mr. Chung, man is on. Me know y'all watch this, because me make sure me send you the Bonisha interview on Sportsmax so you can see that. And I am also going to send you this one so you can come back on, because this needs to be cleared up. You understand me? Needs to be cleared up. We have Cranky.
Thanks, man. I'm here to calm you down.
No, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I was just I'm good. So you listen to Mr. Chung today?
I didn't listen to the whole thing because I was working. I heard half the conversation. But Dennis always say things which sometimes doesn't align well. I don't want to call anyone a liar, but I would say maybe I'm going to use euphemism, maybe he misspoke on certain things. Or, as I've always said, there's three sides to the story. So we have heard Bunny's side, we have heard his side. And the question, where does the truth actually resides? Because it's confusing, is the way I put it. And I want to accuse anyone of lying, because I think that's a bit extreme. I think sometimes people have the best of intention. They say things, but it doesn't align with reality. Not because they're lying, but they're seeing it from their lens and not necessarily from how things work. So, for example, saying that the ladies got paid, did they actually get paid? What does get paid mean? They got all their monies, they got some of their monies, they got none of their monies. What does that mean?
Yeah.
All right. Talking about the meeting and schedule for meeting, because I did hear him talk about the meetings and that they've been meeting next week, subsequent to the completion of the game on Sunday. But I got it from what he was saying. I don't know how the girls are organized. It doesn't seem like they have one representative. It seems like they have a number of them who are part of the leadership team, or a few of them, maybe the more senior players, and they may all be overseas, and so it may be hard for them to coalesce and get together to engage in the JFF. But from what I'm hearing you're saying, because I didn't hear the interview with Bunny Shaw, it seemed like Bunny, what Bunny is saying doesn't align with what Dennis is saying.
Yeah, two different. So she spoke about a meeting way before these sets of games that
Right.
they said they got an email from the GenSec. She said the email from the GenSec was they got it on a Thursday night for a Friday morning meeting. So she reached out because she said it was 10. I think she said at 4 a.m. in the morning, their time, they got the Zoom link for the meeting, which is in the UK. All right. She said that they kind of weren't sure if it was 9 a.m. in Jamaica or 9 a.m. in the UK. Right? So they wrote back to say, based on the fact that they had games and they had training, they would not have been able to make that meeting. And it is from that time there has been no dialogue. And this was not last week. This was like months ago. There was no more dialogue between them and the Federation about any meeting. Mr. Chung said today, though, that the girls were trying to set up a meeting last week.
Management.
So
We're
I'm
in
not.
a time of WhatsApp, email, website, Instagram, Facebook. We have so many communication mode of how we can engage as people. Why is it so difficult to set up a meeting? Now, I understand the girls do have training and games, but most times athletes in those areas have a lot of time on their end, frankly, right? After they play a game, they may have training, they may have cool down sessions, but they have time on their hand. That's why they sometimes get in trouble because they have so much time. I'm sure the JFF personnel like Speed and Chung As may be busy, but they have to be able to have some time where everyone can come together, or a subsection of the leadership team from both the organization and the girls can come together to have that dialogue. We've been talking about this since when? September, subsequent to the
Yeah.
World Cup. So now we're in December and we're going around in a circle still. It just seemed to me that there are egos lying someplace, and those egos are not allowing people to get together as they should. And you can't let your feelings get in the way of trying to get business done, right? That's not how you do business. Your feelings got to be put to the side, and each party trying to achieve their objective, and they should be engaging. It's very disappointing to hear them say, well, we're going to meet after these series are done. Like the people who are meeting are not playing in Guatemala on Sunday. They're not
Yeah,
playing
but
on Sunday.
yeah, but you know what though? That part I find is okay because Mr. Chung did say that's what I'm saying that part there's just probably misunderstanding of information because he said the meeting is on the 8th. They said it's after the two games, which is kind of the same time, really, because the
No,
game
no,
is
but what
on
I'm saying is,
Sunday.
man, why are we
Yeah.
spending so much time in between meetings? Why don't we just get this thing over with? When we come to some kind of resolution, we're talking games doesn't affect meetings. Chung is not playing. Speed is not playing. Ricketts is not playing. The girls are the only one playing for their team, and they're in a window now, which is a window where they're not playing any football, right? They may go to training because if they're not in their international window playing for their country, they may be training, but they probably spend less time training. So why is now the best time to have the meetings, frankly? We seem to be coming with a lot of excuses for not engaging. And to me, that's not logical. And it's very disappointing, frankly. Because everybody wants to see this resolve and we get to a good place and reset the relationship and move forward. And we seem to be going around in a circle. And it can be on both sides that we have grown-ups who don't know how to negotiate and who are getting their feelings in the way of coming to a resolution and moving forward. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every time Dennis comes out, Dennis, I'm going to say this, Dennis, I hope you're listening. You have to be very careful, Dennis, when you come in a public forum. And I am sort of shocked at this, Dennis, because you're in leadership capacity in the corporate environment in Jamaica. Because I've seen you on somebody's television station talking about the economy and things of that nature. You know, part of a sports complex. And yet when you come in and say something, it sometimes doesn't align with even people in your own organization are saying. And then people will have distrust because they're going to say you're playing games, or you're not being truthful, or you're not being transparent. And that's not the way to operate. You have to make sure that whatever you're saying is authentic, it makes sense, it resonates, and it aligns with reality. And sometimes it doesn't. And any person on the street who hear you speak about some of these things and then compare it to what someone is saying and doesn't align, it's going to go to your credibility of someone who I'm sure built up a good reputation in Jamaica. And how do you allow your reputation to be affected by things you say in a public domain, which doesn't align? Now, as I'm saying before, the reason why I'm putting the onus on Dennis sometimes is because I'm sure there is disputes on both sides and people seeing it from their perspective. But I've heard Speed and Dennis have total disagreement talking in two different public forums about what they're talking about. And they're both from the same organization, which doesn't make sense. So my hope is that people just put their emotions and feelings aside and get the business done. Because I think the fans are the ones who are frustrated with all of this. Even though I'm sure there's frustration on both the girls' side and on both the JFF side. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean that is it. And I don't know, man. Like on one hand, you want these gentlemen, you want to hear speed talk because listen, imagine if we were totally cut off from having conversations with speed and having conversations with Chung, right? It probably would fuel more anger. All right.
Well,
So,
we appreciate them coming out because
yeah.
I don't think you hear a lot of football administrators coming out talking to the general public in various forums to get their message across, right? Some of this is trying to manage the reputation and risk that they have faced. But at the same time, we appreciate the transparency. Well, we appreciate the engagement. I'm not sure we're seeing the transparency we're looking for sometimes, frankly. But we do appreciate the engagement. But we hope that the engagement and the communication and the information we're getting is accurate because it just create more disrepute in this environment when we're hearing things which doesn't align with reality, frankly. But having said that, I am not going to take either person's side because I don't know where the truth resides. I don't know where the truth resides, and I'm reluctant to jump on any bandwagon to say this person is lying or not lying when I don't know all three sides to the story because there's always three sides to the story.
Yeah, and that has to be the position. But like this is it because these things are far apart, you know. Like, and I'm glad that I have record of them. I have both of them. They're you know, sometimes, like I said, with the meeting thing, I can see, like Henry said, the girls, the communication was the 19th for the meeting, the 19th of November. So I can give and take that, right? So when I check the timeline, and then the meeting was moved to after, so they responded that they couldn't make it, and they would have a next time to meet, which you can see probably was a week or two ago.
First of all, Manningsman,
Yeah.
why are we setting up meeting requests that has a short timeline to meet? When you set up meeting requests, Manningsman, when you go on Outlook to set up meeting requests, what do? You check to make sure the person's available, Manningsman. You don't set up meeting requests where you find out the person's availability. That doesn't make any sense. Mannings, I'm gonna call you. Are you available to meet next week? Good, you are. Let's set up a Zoom call. That's what you do, Mannings, man. You don't send a meeting request and say we should meet this date. You don't know what the person's availability is. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand that whole meeting construct when you're supposed to figure out if the person's available before a meeting invite is sent out. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. And so, but like that's it. But this whole thing on the peer dispute must be. It. I don't know. So I see here. Let me just take this comment from Kyle. All right, Kyle. What do you mean by the position must be? You're shouting. So normally when people talk, it means that they're shouting. I don't know if that. So you're shouting. You're shouting that the organization must take the high road. What is the high road? That
acquiesce into the reggae girls, I guess.
No, that's what I want him to. So shout out loud, Kyle. What is the high road? What you understand me? Like, what is the high road? What did Cranky say? Cranky. Oh, you said it, Cranky.
Wow.
What is the high road, Cranky? Kyle said you said it.
I don't think I said high road. I think what I'm trying to indicate is that both high road would mean that the JFF needs to acquiesce. I don't believe in that actually. Right? What I'm basically saying is that people can get into their feelings. Well, I guess if you infer from that the high road, yes, both parties should take the high road, frankly. Right? Both parties should take the high road. The girls are adults; they're not kids.
Yeah, but and Khadija Shah said that. But what is the high road in this case? What if they're
the high road would be? I don't get caught up in my feelings, man. I focus on getting to a good place between the girls and the organization. One could say the organization, as the administrators, should be the adults in the room and try to make sure this gets resolved and resolved timely and appropriately. Right? One could say that that's the high road for them, meaning they need to go up above and beyond, and they need to be the bigger person or the bigger party in that negotiation.
All right. So somebody says to me, man is man, you need to take the high road. All right. My next question is, what are the actions that you believe constitute taking the high road? Because it is possible, Cranky, that I believe that my present action is taking the high road. So
That's possible.
that is why I want Kyle to explain to me when he says the organization should take the high road, what does he consider to be those steps that constitute the high road?
I hear you.
James says, I would like to meet tomorrow. I am sorry, I won't be able to make it then. I am free on the day after. How about you?
You notice how the JFF used to negotiate, right? Because you heard them on the call with Lowe. I can't forget that call about when it went before the Austria trip, when they were engaging with Lowe and Lowe recorded them and publicized it, or whoever was leading the men's team delegation. It was very unprofessional. My hope is that they've moved away from that quite a bit by now and are operating in a much better space.
Recording it was unprofessional, or how the meeting was going was unprofessional?
No, how the meeting went. I think the recording was probably appropriate.
But Cranky, you know what is funny though, Cranky? Do you believe if all your internal staff meeting were recorded, all the conversations would be fit for airplay?
My internal staff meetings are very professional. We would never get to that point of how that engagement went about. Right? There's protocol in certain environment of how you operate. There was no protocol there. It was a free for all. And therefore, that's why recording probably transpired. You couldn't record in my environment. If you're not allowed to, you get fired.
Okay. Tough Rudy says, Mr. Chung, money, did Mr. Chung say there's no money owed to the girls? Bonnie said something different. Some girls are still owed money. Yeah, and she said the majority. So that's what I'm saying. The two things don't align. They don't.
He said the girls got paid. They got statements. The girls wanted more clarity around how it was calculated.
How it was calculated. Because if she said, you know, if she had said that, some of them, because if she had said, for example, we don't believe some of the calculations are right, so there could be monies owing, I would understand. She said that some of the girls have not gotten any pay.
Any pay?
Yes, that's what she said.
Maybe it's held up in the transfer. Maybe it's held at the bank. Maybe the bank is holding it for float.
She even said that some of them have been overpaid, and Mr. Chung said that as well.
So that means it's not an equitable calculation then, right? It's not equal calculation, because if someone overpaid and someone underpaid, that means you've compared the statements that you're sending out to make sure everybody gets the same amount, right?
I don't think everybody gets the same amount though. I think that's the thing. Like senior players probably get a different amount. If you start to get a different amount than if you are on the bench. I don't. You understand me?
It must be different. That's what I'm saying. It must be different because it would be easy to compare and contrast the numbers, right? But Manning's man, if people get different amount, on your statement should show, I would assume the total amount that was received, what was deducted, how mine was calculated. That has to be shown on your statement.
Yeah.
So where's the interviews? On YouTube?
Yeah, man, I'm going to send it to you. James Smith says, the high road is not to judge the situation without the facts. I think the JFF has bent over backwards for the girl. RR says,
who said that?
James.
Who said? So, James, how do you know that, James? Are you part of the JFF? Because the only way you can make that statement is that you're part of the JFF and you know exactly what transpired. I'm not sure anyone can reasonably, objectively, and independently indicate that the JFF has bent over backwards for the girls. I'm not sure what that means, actually. In fact, they have bent over backwards. Bent over backwards, we're paying them up all the money. giving them the coach they want, giving them everything that they want, frankly. That's bending over backwards. That's acquiescing. I don't think they're bent over backwards.
Yeah.
In fact, when Speed came on, Speed said
Yeah.
some of the things that happened before will never happen again. So they're not bending. They're actually putting their foot down versus bending over backwards.
Chevron Brown, Mannings and Stan, do you think the girls are coming from a position of uncertainty, or just a talk? What them feel like happen? Sure.
No, in terms of what they think transpired. That's the problem we're running into. You know, we don't have all the facts, and that's what's the reluctance of taking clear position for any party. You don't have all the facts. You don't know what happened. When Dennis says that all the money is being paid, you would assume by now that all the girls have received monies, whether that money is right or wrong. At least they're being paid. And then the question is the payment accurate? But if one party is saying some people have been paid and one party is saying they have been paid, then where is that dispute? Where is that contradiction coming from?
Yeah, because the Ricardo did ask her, you know. So he said that what was the contractual arrangement about those who played in the qualifiers and stuff, and they said that they don't have a problem, right? They don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't.
In other words, the girls, Bonisha was saying, listen, we don't have a problem with that. They weren't what they're talking about. So they ask her, so what are you talking about? Are you talking about those players who have played in the qualifiers who did not go to the World Cup? And she was very, very clear that she's saying that players who played at the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, look, people, we have to take something with a grain of salt. Bunny came on and said some things at the World Cup, which we know subsequently weren't 100% accurate. So before people jump on any party's bandwagon, whether it's Smith jumping on the JFF bandwagon or others jumping on the girls' bandwagon, until we have all the facts, we can't jump on anybody's side about anything, frankly. If you're being objective, if you're partial, if you're parochial in your view, if you're on one side, then stay on your side if that's what you want to do. But if you're being fair and objective, and you listen to both parties, you're just confused. That's all it is.
Kyle, where's the picture, Kyle? We're not seeing you.
Gentlemen.
That was a hide. That was a hide for some reason.
No, come on, man.
Come on.
You guys got to work with me. You know,
no. You got to work with us.
No, you need to work with us, Kyle. You're bringing down the algorithms on the show.
No. You know, I'm at a place right now where I really can't show my face.
Okay.
So, my apologies to the, to the panelists and the people in the chat room. My apologies. Can you just make an exception for one night?
Your exception that the JFF, it's a constant exception.
What
an exception?
Cranky.
The last time, wait, I can substantiate that. This is not rumor. The last time you came on, I told you no, you can't come on, and then you went and came back and you came on live, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So as long as we are clear and we are aligned. So okay, man makes that decision, not me. I'm passing the buck like the JFF. I'm passing the buck.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah. So the position is now. Here, this guy. Look at these guys in the chat room. You know, God. Anyway, so my position basically is, in any business, any professional organization.
First, Kyle. Sorry, let me ask you. Did you listen to the Khadija Shaw interview with Becky Spence?
No.
You didn't listen to it. Did you listen to Miss? Did you listen to Mr. Chong today?
I missed that conversation, but
okay. So you have not listened to either of them?
No, but I can tell you what I've listened to.
What have you listened to?
I've listened to Coach's Desk.
Yeah.
And I've listened to you.
Okay, so you're just basing your comments now based on our opinion.
Based on yes.
No, all right. Okay. All right.
And I'm I have openly declared my bias. From a while ago. That I am for the girls, and the more the story comes out, is the more I'm supporting the girls. Just listening to you in a management and on Coach's Desk. I mean, you have reaffirmed everything that I believed. And my position is, in best practices in any business, the organization needs to take the high road. the day when the organization stoops to the level or doesn't follow the high road is the day they lose the respect of governance. As simple as that. So I put it to you and anybody, if the GFF is taking the high road and following its organization principles of best practices, ethical practices, I mean, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Right now the GFF is in a PR disaster that keeps dragging out and nobody wins. What they need to do, is simply humble themselves, find out where they went wrong, and take the high road. Simple as that. Like what Cranky said, meet behind closed doors, find out what the issues are, resolve them, and it's not, you are wrong, I am wrong. No, I am the organization. I am going to take the high road, and this is how we're going to move forward. Simple. What is so hard about that?
So what? I just explain to the people what you believe the high road is.
The high road is for the GFF to reach out in a professional way to the girls or the designated spokespersons, set up a meeting and find out what the issues are and resolve them. Then you can all hold a press conference, or you as an organization can hold a press conference and say, okay, this is where we are and this is how we will move forward. Simple as that.
Yeah, but isn't that what they have done? Arrange a meeting.
Arrange a meeting through emails.
No, man. Just remember, that's what I'm saying, that you need to listen. Because remember, Bonnie did say that there is a meeting,
Okay.
Remember what she said is that the original meeting, they got the communication on the 19th of November. Let me get the date correctly, but it was in her estimation the 19th of November. They got it late. They got it late in the night. So let me go back to it and tell you.
That's what I understood, that they got a request for.
No, they got. I think they got it. They got the email on the. They'd have got it on the 16th of November for a meeting on the 17th of November.
Okay,
the 19th of November was the last time they communicated.
Okay, no.
So no, the meeting is not the issue, because there is a meeting.
There is an issue. There is an issue, and
what is the issue?
When you have a meeting, okay.
Mornings.
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Mornings.
Hold on, Brian.
Hold on. It's October mornings, not November. It's October.
October, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
the issue is, as a professional organization, okay, and this is how I'm used to meetings being set up. First, you get a phone call stating that there will be a meeting. Then you get a follow-up email confirming that there will be a meeting. That's a paper trail. That's how a professional organization sets up a meeting. Nobody sends you an email and says that there will be a meeting. Nobody reads an email like every minute or every day. So there is a problem right there. Okay, now move forward now. So we have this meeting set up. Okay, fine. Let's see what will transpire.
I don't understand. I don't understand the point. So, Kyle, you have called me and you said, man, can we meet? You are saying that if I say to you, I cannot meet on that day, that is not the right way to do it, because that's what I'm not trying to understand what you're saying.
No, that is not what I said.
Okay. I'm asking you to say it again. Yeah.
I said, when you have a meeting, a professional meeting, what you do is you arrange it by a phone call stating, okay, man, we're going to have a meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. And then I do.
Let me just back up. No, Kyle, but let me just back up and help you. That's what I'm saying, that you have to listen to this stuff, because if you don't, you're going to speak from an uninformed position. That's all I'm saying. So remember now, this meeting that they're talking about is the meeting. Remember that after the whole money issue, there was supposed to be a meeting, Kyle. So everybody knew that there was supposed to be a meeting. What was wrong is what Bonnie said. Bonnie Shaw said they got it on the Thursday for the meeting on the Friday. Because remember, it's not with all the team, it is with the leadership. And so what happened is that the leadership group, 6 of them, could not have met on the day after. But of course, there were discussions before about having meetings.
Okay.
So that is why now, and for the person who are saying that she don't know about any meeting, they did say in the interview, go and listen again. They said this, right? They said this in the thing that the meeting, the JFF asked for the meeting to be put off until after these games because they didn't want the distraction. That's what she said. She did not say. It was Becky who said that she's not aware because that would come through the F the fee pro, but Bonnie did say that there is, and she's aware that it will be after these games. What Mr. Chung said though is that the meeting is on the 8th. What she said, they don't know about the date of the meeting. But she know that there's a meeting after these games. So I just want to be clear.
All right, fine. So let's establish that there is a meeting. My question to you is this: is how is the meeting set up? Is it set up by emails, or you know how? You see, I'm trying to find out why there's so much miscommunication as to moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we do it here in the States. You have a phone call conversation to say that there will be a meeting at X time, and then you get an email confirming when that meeting will take place. Now, from what I am understanding is that they're being sent messages by email, and there is some confusion as to what is going on. Am I wrong?
No, Kyle, remember, that's what I'm saying, that Kyle, just like Cranky, you see what Cranky has done, Cranky has gone off to listen. I think you are making us, all I will say, Kyle, is that it is very important that you listen to what Mr. Chung said and what Bonnie said, because I'm going to have to explain everything. Because remember now, they said before this in the interview that they really don't speak to the GFF, you know. It is through FIF Pro, FIF Pro.
Okay.
So it is possible that they could have been communicating with them, but send also the girls. And that's what I'm saying, like those things to me are not the major sticking point, because that can be resolved easy. The issue is about, to me, is about the payment and non-payment.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, but Brian, let me hear from Brian.
Point taken.
Yeah. FIF Pro, yeah. Is FIF Pro, FIF Pro? That's what I call it, FIF Pro. Brian, welcome to the show. You're muted.
Yeah, night mornings. Carl.
Yes, sir.
You know the issue I have with you not sometime, in this instance. You are the one who Coach JFF say they are not a professional organization. Yet you are coming here to tell me you expect them to set up a meeting like a professional organization when you yourself admit that they are not. So tell me how you reconcile that was. That's the first thing. Next thing, I don't see an issue with meetings being set up via email, because based on how the relationship is between the girls and the federation, I would like to think that that is the safest way for them to communicate at this point in time, so that the girls can have on record what them say and the JFF can have on record what they say. Because otherwise you're going to have JFF said this, the girls them said that, which is what has always been happening. I think the step by the girls too, to get an entity to represent them, a professional organization, to represent them in this whole scenario too, is a good move on their part. And hopefully both organizations can find some common ground in terms of getting the issue resolved. Based on what Bonnie is saying, I do think the JFF was a bit smart in their efforts to have this meeting after this window has passed. I felt they kind of knew what they were doing. They did that. And the argument to say that they did it because they didn't want any distraction, the meeting could have been held privately between two entities, and the matter resolved, and there would have been no distraction.
Agreed. You know, my question first is this too. My name's Mike.
Yeah.
Why you didn't ask Brian to show his face? I mean, is it only me?
God, that was just.
I know, but I'm messing with
That
you.
was just pull it. Give it a
That is
little
number one. I mean, you and Cranky seem to no, not you. Cranky seem to have it out for me. Show your face anyway. Yeah, that's number one. And Brian, I agree with everything that you said. You know, I mean, listen, because the GFF isn't acting professionally, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't call them. In fact, we do call them on it. You know, we do call them on it. You know, my thing is that if you are the professional organization, then you need to set the standard. You know, you have to set the standard. It's not up to the girls, because you think about it. You have a business, and if you're not setting the standard, then how is everybody else going to operate, and how can you judge them? You know, you basically gave away that moral standard of judgment, because you yourself as an organization isn't following best practices. So why should anybody in your organization follow best practices? Okay? And the email thing, you know, as I understand it, it's in, you know, an email is basically used as a confirmation that an action has taken place.
All right, Kai, listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah, I think before we get to that, I think that this summer has been a very historic summer for not just us, but the Caribbean in general. And I think.
So the thing is, both you and Rebecca know how a professional setup works. So on that note, talk to me about some of the issues, because if I'm being very honest, on this show, we've spoken to members of the JFF and they seem to be a bit unaware of some of the issues that you and members of your team have endured.
I think from our first time when we qualified for the 2019 World Cup as a team, we sat down and we spoke about how can we improve so that when the next World Cup cycle comes, we are in the best possible situation to compete and qualify, because the 2019 World Cup, I think, was just an experiment and an experience. Starting 11 in a WhatsApp group and not have a meeting before a game. Stuff like those, it shouldn't be the case.
All right, Kyle, I'm going to give us, because she's raising some of the issues.
They seem to be a bit unaware of some of
helping us along the journey so that we could go out on the field and, you know, get the results and be in the best possible position to compete and represent our country to the highest level. And I think over the years, there's been a lot of stuff said that, you know, I would say was untrue, especially from a coaching standpoint. We've heard it, we've seen it, and let's just make this clear. We've never been in a meeting or an interview with the JFF asking any coach about any position. They've never asked us about any position. But I think when we come with the national team, there's between 9 to 10 days you get to represent your country. 3 to 4 days you barely have training, because, you know, that's shadowed by games and stuff like that. So I think with those 3 to 4 days, I think at the end of the day, tactical decisions, yes, that's something that needs to be clear. But at the same time, we shouldn't be in a place where we're getting the starting 11 in a WhatsApp group and not have a meeting before a game. Stuff like those, it shouldn't be the case. We're leaving camp, there's no meeting. Players are unaware of what's next. Players are coming on the field. The coaches don't know the players' names and stuff like that. So it makes the environment uncomfortable. And
I want to get to some of the ceiling things.
And I think for us, it's not about us not wanting to represent Jamaica. It's just about setting standards. And, you know, we've played games, you know, up until Canada, we played in that game, the Olympic qualifier, without getting the funds that, you know, from the World Cup. We hadn't been paid. So there's loads of things that had gone on, and we've been doing this now for so long. So when does it actually stop? And when do we actually have to stand up for ourselves to make it better for the next generation coming through?
Yeah, Rebecca, I want to ask a question quickly here, because about a month ago, when the issue came up and the Reggae Girls backed away from representing in solidarity with the position you have. Not long after that, the Jamaica Football Federation presented a story that all of the payments were made and that there was no money outstanding for the Reggae Girls. On that financial issue alone, can you say that the Reggae Girls have been fully compensated for all of the outstanding payments that were due?
I can say that we haven't, even up until now. I think there's still a number of players that are missing payments, from February time. And, it's disappointing for us to hear that in the media. And our direct conversations with the judge.
So I wanted to hear that she said that some of the players are missing payments. You hear that? So she's saying that there's money outstanding. Missing payments is if you understand missing payments, it means that when they go back from February, and Bonnie is going to explain this, so very important that we listen, all right?
FF is never always, we say what we have to say. They listen, but then nothing ever really gets done with it. So we're always trying to fight for that. And I think, for now, I do know that there's still outstanding payments that haven't been paid to certain players. So as it stands, we're still owed money. So whatever's been said to the press is obviously not true at this moment in time.
Yeah, because there was a general feeling that your unavailability was temporary, and many people, maybe a month earlier, would have felt that by now things would have been sorted out. Can you say if there has been dialogue in the past weeks between the Reggae Girls and the JFF? Because it seems as if this issue is in limbo and nothing is happening. Well, that's certainly how it appears to the public looking on. Is there constant dialogue going on and you're still in a standoff position, or is no one talking to the other?
So we've got representatives with FIFPro at the moment who represent us. So they'll email the JFF for a response, and basically they've got all of our issues and they deal with how we want to speak to the JFF. So we're not doing it directly. So it goes through them first, then to the JFF. So basically we have to wait to hear back from the JFF, and then they wait to hear back from us. But I know that we have tried to organise a meeting, because of course we all want to just get this resolved as soon as possible so we can actually get back to doing our jobs and representing the country how we have done in the past. So there has been dialogue. It's not been directly from the JFF to the Reggae Girls, but it's been through FIFPro, from us to FIFPro to them. So, and it's stuff that we've heard. I think the last time we've spoken was on the 16th of November, which is the last email, which was to set up a meeting that we're still waiting to kind of hear from the JFF to set it up. So we haven't had any dialogue since then.
Yeah. There is some evidence, Becky, that the JFF, in trying to put teams out there to represent the Jamaicans in your absence, that they want to expose the fact that there are a lot of other talented players out there.
All right.
And sometimes
let me skip.
We wanted to make sure that there was a squad in place, and whoever they chose was going to go. And
we've had international camp that we've just had a lot of.
Quick comment on that from Becky, and then Bonnie.
Obviously, when the squad gets selected, there's a number of players that get selected.
Dialogues with them about the issues, and it continued, and players started to get injured due to certain situations that would happen, and stuff like that. So that was just it.
Were these issues over several coaches, several management setups, or were these issues over a particular period?
Several. I would say more than one camp that we've had, international camp that we've had. We've just had a lot of
spanning what period?
Issues. From the qualifiers right up to when we qualified for the World Cup.
Okay. And would these issues include also the World Cup itself?
No, because the issues that we've had, we've made statements about. That's some of the issues that we've posted on our social media about some of the issues that we've we've had to deal with, and we brought it with the JFF, and nothing really became of it.
Yeah. So let me be a little bit more direct, because part of the reason I started the questioning that way in terms of understanding the coaching and management setup when these issues were there, did these issues precede Lauren Donaldson's reign, or did these issues persist during Lauren Donaldson's reign? And I'm speaking now about the things that are more specific to the coaching and management staff.
I think when the World Cup, the qualification started February 2022, Becky, if I'm right. Is it February?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from February up until June, when was it? June, I think was the last camp that we had. We've had
June 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this.
Oh, June 2023, this year.
It was on. You're talking about
up until June, before we went to the CONCACAF. When was that?
Yeah, so that was June. Yeah,
it's been so long.
CONCACAF, the qualifiers were in June 2022.
Yeah, so from the start, from the beginning of qualifiers to when we qualified for the World Cup. So during that period, we've had numerous situations regarding the coaching, and then from that period to when we got to the World Cup, we've had administrative issues.
Okay, so yeah, I really just wanted to be clear that the coaching and management issues that you speak about predated Lauren Donaldson, but issues continued from an administrative standpoint even after Lauren Donaldson took over as coach.
Yes.
Would I be correct in saying that?
Yes.
Okay, the payment issue as well, I just want to get completely clarified. Becky said that there are still players who have not received full compensation. Are we talking about players in the World Cup squad, or are we talking about players who only competed in qualifying?
Yeah, players from the World Cup squad from February. So there's half the team in February that competed, which those players were the ones that competed in the World Cup, haven't gotten any match fees. They've just got per diem, so there's no match fees or appearance fees. And then a few of the players still have yet to receive match fees and appearance fees for the World Cup. And I think that it's unfortunate because it took 23 players to help.
All right, so you hear that, Kyle? She said half the players have not received match fees from February. And then there is a next. She said few of the players have not received any match fees from in the World Cup.
Manage, that's a lot to unpack. That's a lot to unpack. I mean, that's like a whole garbage truck. You have to go through that. You know what I mean? You can pick and choose where you want to start. Match fees, you want to start talk about, I mean, there's so much that Bunny said, you know what I'm saying? I mean Bunny and the other lady. And to me personally, I'm going to be frank with you, that's an indictment against Mr. Chong. Because this gentleman has been on every program saying that everything is paid up, everything is paid up, everything is paid up. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Soji, good night. Welcome to the show, Soji.
Good night, over there, Cranky and Kyle and Brains. What I'm saying, the only thing I say, the JFF wrong with Manning's man. JFF wrong never gave the power to the players. Never. Because if they were playing for a club, and if a club go bankrupt and do not pay them, those players have a contract, they would still have to play in the same way until that result. Because when players go down, all they do in the league is take away. Because if they were playing for their team, if Man City never paid them for how much month and they have a contract, they would have to fulfill that contract. They could never do what they do with it. And when the JFF give them the power to dictate which coach, no player should dictate which coach should coach a team. No player can come at Manchester United, Arsenal, and say we don't want that manager. None.
Soji.
So Yeah, what I'm saying, I soon make a talk, Kyle. Kyle, when you look at it, there's no way at all. No matter how. Me not say the JFF no wrong, them forget their money, then forget all that. But what I'm saying, you don't make players or tell us say, why we don't want this coach. Which player can tell? You think Bonisha could any one of these players
no,
could
but Soji, they just said that they did not tell anybody that.
Right.
Oh, okay. If them never tell nobody that, fine. But rumor the people them that spread them. But
you listen to the interview?
no, me just come out. Me just come back and become
all right, now go to the interview. Go and go listen to it.
Yeah.
Listen to my show today. Listen to my show today when Dennis Strong attack and bam, just send the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. It's really a lot, and you know,
it's a lot, Kyle. But Kyle, it's a lot. It's a lot for sure with the players. But there's a wrong way and a right way to everything.
So my question to you is this, okay?
What is that? So there's a wrong way and a right way to resolve things.
Yeah.
So my question to you is this: you work in an organization, and things are going wrong. Whose responsibility is it to right what went wrong? Is it your responsibility or is it the organization responsibility? Who should take the high road?
The organization have to take it. All right, put it this way: the army. Say the army now. We don't say in the army. They don't pay us, and them thing there. And remember, say we don't get paid. Well, soldier can't strike.
So soldier, what the girls said in their letter, they actually said they want to know who the coach is and the technical staff, and what their explanation is that. And Bonisha was saying that. Like for which the reggae boys have this, right? So the reggae boys use the GPS, and I think Bada saying that I need to leave. I need to stop doing what I'm doing to save my reputation, brethren. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to keep helping the football. No, me just tell Badas. Let me tell you this. I'm going to keep. You not going to let me stop helping Jamaica. You make a decision as a person. You don't want to help Jamaica. That's good for you. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. All right. So, but respect, bless up yourself. Anyways, the male team when like the team trains, our staff sends to the different clubs, like the miles, all of those things, the GPS readings. So that is with the. So when they go back to the club can say, boy, you need a time off, you need this. And I know that clubs in the EPL have bigged up the Jamaica senior men's team staff for doing this, because they said that even South American teams don't send in the data. Big South American teams, they have said that to us, and we sending it in time and stuff. So I think what the girls was, as Bonisha said, that what they were asking is not like they need to know who the JFF is going to hire, but they want to know who is going to be in place, that these different. It is really contradicting what the letter says, but I think what they have done, they have explained themselves better, which is more acceptable. Yeah.
Well, all right. I can say something?
Go ahead.
All right. If the JFF decide they're going to employ Cranky and Kyle and Brains to be the coach, that now have nothing to do with none of the players then. The players not supposed to come ask you who
but that's what I just said, Soldier. They were saying what she said today is that they were not asking like who you're going to pick. What they're saying is that who is the coach? Who is, so that, because like Bonnie was saying that when she leaves her club, a medical report is sent to the medical person. So she's saying that she wanted to know who the medical person would be, so that when she's leaving her club, the medical report could have been sent to that person. That is how they do it. Normally, our players don't act in the men's team. I can talk about that. The men's team, the club will send those things and it will get to the medical team. The players don't normally ask that. But what I'm saying though is that they have asked that. I don't think anything is wrong if Bonisha says who is who is the doctor that is assigned to the team? Because my club need to send. I don't think anything is wrong with that. I don't think that is dictating who coaches the team.
But what the female team should done is done something like what you guys done. Send everything to them that they don't have to ask who is doctor and whatsoever, because that should never come in place neither. For them shouldn't ask who is the doctor is and whatsoever. We have to look at things differently, because okay, if they buy a player from Jamaica now to come to play for Manchester United and say they need one of these players, Jody Brown from Jamaica to come and play for Manchester United. You think Jody Brown, if he going to leave the university, she can call and write and say, who is the doctor to send, that we can send a medical report? These things, JFF, as well, Kyla said, JFF rang in, I agree with him, but in this, JFF rang in these ways. You have to, if you run in an organization and you are the head, you have to stand up as a man and say, you are the head, and you have your vice president, everything. So everything should in place that these girls now have to ask this, who is this, and whatsoever. Just like how you guys them do the things. But I don't know if Cranky or Brains agree with me, but as what me I say, this is all me see it, because if you play for your club, as me said, they always say no player bigger than a club.
All right.
No player bigger than a club.
All right,
so no player bigger than a country.
Yeah. All right.
That is my opinion. No player bigger than a country.
All right.
You know, so you don't make players start dictate pace to you and them thing there. The team something must go wrong. Don't make nobody team believe like you have to depend on them.
All right. So I sent an interview. Listen to it, because Cranky just listened to it. I'm here from Brian, and then because Brian has not said much. All right, big up yourself, Soji.
Cool.
Yeah. Brian.
Can I make Cranky go first?
All right, Cranky. Yeah, you have listened to bits and pieces, Cranky.
Yeah, and I'm still confused.
I'm telling you. People think
so. Yeah. I think from the girls' perspective, they're still carrying over things from the previous coaching administration. They're saying it's the totality of their experience from way back when through now that has forced them to what I call exercising the nuclear option. And to be the nuclear option is deciding that you're not going to play. They're basically saying, look, we have been experiencing so much administrative blunders that at some point we have to get this to stop and the organization to change, and we can't continue. So I say this to the girls, because I listened to the interview. I hate to tell you this, girls, but you have a choice to make. You can decide to deal with ineptitude and represent the country, or not, but it ain't changing. I hate to tell you that. If you walk through what they're saying, even when Dennis was on today, management on your program, saying all the girls got paid. Now, initially when Bunny was speaking, she mentioned match fees and per diem, but that was from February. But subsequent to that, because Ricardo is really very good, by the way. I think
I'm telling you, Ricardo was the one who was really digging
Ricardo is very good, because Ricardo pulled things out in a very thoughtful way without putting you on the spot initially. And then he has to put you on the spot to make sure what you're saying aligns with what he's been told or what he hears in the public domain. And what Bunny eventually said was, girls, both in the World Cup squad that played in Australia, and those also who were part of the qualifyings, have not been paid today. Right? That's what she said. Because initially she was talking about match fees and per diem
from February,
which suggests, I was saying to myself, yeah, but that's not your World Cup bonus. But she's saying it's inclusive of everything. Some have got paid, and I assume that she and Spence have gotten paid. They didn't say they didn't get paid. Some have gotten paid, and they've gotten paid more than what they're supposed to get paid. I'm not sure how they even figure that out if no one knows what the formula is for the calculation. But anyway, some have gotten overpaid, and some haven't gotten paid, and some have gotten underpaid. So it's a mess, as we expect. It's a mess. So my view on all of this is, I think the girls are saying, we can't function under this administration if we continue the status quo.
You want to know what I believe, Cranky?
Yeah.
You see, if you got all your money and nothing is owing to you, it could be signaling. I don't know. You understand me? You know, like when a company pay you everything, you know what I mean? A lot of times.
That means that they value you and they don't value the ones who didn't get paid. That's what it means.
No, it also means that.
That means you're in the team and we want you to come play, and the rest of you who didn't get paid, there's a reason. We don't really care what you think.
Well, it could also mean that this could be it for you.
Yes. Right. But I'm not sure. Look, I think if you're part of the qualifiers, you're not an imperative because you didn't go to the World Cup. If part of the World Cup squad you haven't gotten paid, it does beg the question as to why. I think what the girls are saying, first of all, is that we should get paid up all our monies. All our back money should be paid. I'm hearing that from them, even though it's not as explicit. But they're saying you need to get to a point where it's a zero sum, which is it's zero owed to us when we finalize whatever it is we're trying to resolve. And going forward, we expect certain protocols to be put in place where we don't have the administrative challenges we've had in the past.
We have German online, but I got this text and the person is saying what the JFF has said is that all the World Cup monies have been paid.
But that's not the case. That's what they're saying.
Right. So this is why I think Ricardo was asking the question.
Yes.
Because they keep on going back to February match fees, and what the JFF did, I think, was paid what FIFA gave them from the World Cup.
But here's the problem, man. If they paid for the World Cup, then everybody who qualified or went to the World Cup should have been paid their bonus money, right?
Yes.
They should be paid their World Cup money. And they're saying that's not the case. Even though, to me, they hesitated in the first part of the program when they talk about this. But subsequently, Ricardo pushed the question. They're saying some players have still not gotten paid, but neither party, Spencer and or Bunishaw, didn't say they didn't get paid. And what Spencer keeps referring to is that they have to make a stand now, not only for themselves, but for those who are coming behind them. Because I think from what they think is that no one should be subject to what they've gone through. Go ahead.
Yeah, Frankie, but me not agree with that because the next generation will she say she a fight for, and them a come play, and them a play nothing. The next generation will
I don't think. Look, I've seen this in previous sport where people have said this, which is you got to take a stand, even when they have replacement players. The replacement players that's going to play because they want to play for the country. It's their opportunity. They get a chance to show their wear. But they're not just thinking about the immediacy of who's playing now. They're thinking about girls who are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're thinking much more holistic about who should be protected and from where they sit. And they didn't seem to be overly they didn't criticize the players who are playing now, actually. In fact, they seem to have been supportive, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. What Spencer was basically saying was it'd be unfortunate if they were excluded going forward, and I would assume she meant subsequent to the resolution because of what they have done for the country. And she's basically saying, and I think she probably knows the professional environment she's operating, which is you get picked based on your playing, based on how well you're playing. So you may not be picked for a squad. You're not guaranteed a space in the team, frankly. No one is.
Yeah, we have Jermaine online. So let's hear. Jermaine, you have been holding for a while, because we weren't even supposed to go so long, you understand? But take your time and go.
Yeah, much respect. I'm gonna touch on all of you guys. Cranky, big up, enough respect. Every time I see you on, I have to come on. You are something, you are really different, and I like the way you analyze everything. So I follow you around. Management. I was watching you.
Wow, Cranky.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jermaine. I'm glad I could add some value. It's not criticism, so I embrace it. So let me just say that. Thank you.
Yeah, but you always say some, always say things that need to be said. But anyway, management. I was listening to you, on this morning, and your show earlier today, and you said, let me call Mr. Chung. I said, oh my God, he won't call Mr. Chung now. And Mr. Chung, come on, and he preached and he preached and he preached. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop watching Man's Burning because the other there, it made me start. I to go back at the game them again because I listened to him and I said, you know what Money's man I say is true. Even if you don't believe in the administration, support the team. I remember friend them, we sit down and we talk. I would say, you know what, to hell with the JFF, but we're gonna support the team. Anyway, well, what you did this evening, I come on the show, and you call what a spade, and I have so much respect for that, sir. I respect you so much for this, and I like what you're doing right now. You're coming out and you put yourself in the middle. You're not taking sides, and I have respect for that. There's another gentleman that's on your show that's right now. He's talking about the girls and they this and that. Sir, you need to go and watch the show with Khadijah Monishan. Listen to what they say. Please go and watch that because everything that you're saying is opposite of what the girl said. We were all running around with what Mr. Chungwood says, and what the girls are saying is not true. Please, I'm asking you, before you criticize them anymore, go and watch that interview. Please, I'm begging you. Watch that interview before you say anything else about the girls. Watch the interview.
Kyle.
And this goes for everybody else.
Kyle, is you the one talking, Kyle?
Me criticizing the girls?
Kyle is not objective, but he's on the girl's side. He's not objective, but he's on the girl's side. I mean Kyle. It may be
is that Kyle? It's
a soldier my chat about.
Soji.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Soji.
Let me tell you what Khadijah said. Let me tell you what Khadijah said. Let me tell you what Khadijah said. If he's gone, if you're listening, Soji,
yeah, man, he's gone.
Khadijah
he's going to listen to the interview.
If so, to those of you who she didn't ask about no coaching. What they said, because Lauren got fired, and they heard that there's going to be a change in the staff. They wanted to know who was the physio and so forth, so that their coach, so that their club could send the information to the team doctors and so forth. She said the JFF doesn't handle that. Is the coach in whatever department. So her clubs, so all the clubs over there, in case a player got injured and they want to send the information to the medical staff. That's what they were saying. They were not asking about no coaching and who is the doctor. No, the reason why they wanted that done was that their team could send it to the medical team in Jamaica. So people stop running around with the rumors that they were looking for coach and they want to know who is this and that. Come on, man. It's time. Go watch the interview, people, please.
Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree, though, that Bunny seemed to be carrying things from way back when, right? Bunny seemed to have not gotten over some of the challenges they've faced in the past because she was collating everything. She was basically saying, she was going back to February prior to Lauren and bringing all of that forward with a coaching situation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because when she talked about the thing being sent in WhatsApp group, that was not Lauren she was talking about. She was talking about
the team. Yes.
Wait. But hold on. Why would you say she's carrying over? Why wouldn't you say she's building up? It's been building up. Can
I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
Okay, go on, Cranky.
So Lauren took over, and that means since Lauren took over, we'd all assume, since they selected Lauren, that the coaching situation and how teams are picked, relationship with physio, technical sessions, were all done appropriately since June when Lauren took over through the World Cup. We'll all assume that. So why are you going back to something prior to Lauren when the JFF selected Lauren to lead you and supposedly things were working well then?
Okay.
I would assume that what she'd have said is...
Let me answer the question first. Let me answer the question first. So I think what she was trying to do, I didn't think she was holding on. I think she was trying to paint a picture of what was going on from then, that they have an ongoing issue, and that so I don't think she was holding on to a grievance. I think she was trying to let people know who is coming for her and her crew and saying that they spoil and they this and they that. She's just trying. Remember, she's saying we in a professional environment, so we know what it is. So I think she was trying to highlight that. I didn't think she was holding on to a grievance. So I think she was basically trying to say the people who don't know what they went through, what they go through. And so she's trying to bring up these other issues now to show it's not this, it's not just this, it's not just this, it's not just this, it's not just this, because me and you're not there, right? So all we can do is talk upon the outside and speculate. But these girls feel the thing in and out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy.
I get it. The only point I'm trying to make is this: is that you told me the coaching situation doesn't work. I fixed the coaching situation. So why are you going back? Because I fixed what you suggest that you were unhappy with. So to me, yes, you can mention that, but you have to also agree that I fixed it because I gave you what you want. Now you can mention the other administrative stuff, such as you know what, whether the monies weren't right, the per diem still didn't get paid, match fees didn't get paid. But to me, you can't bring up the totality of it because I addressed part of your concern.
Yeah.
Cranky, one last question for you. Did you watch the thing? Because I heard you say earlier that you didn't watch it.
Yeah,
no, that's why I was off the channel because I went to watch it.
He was watching it. Yeah, man.
I remember you were gone for a while. I was wondering where you was.
No, I had to go watch it so I can get my facts right.
All right.
And I'm still Jeremy, I'm still confused, by the way.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. All right, Jeremy.
All right, man.
Man. As T-God comes on, we have just a 29 minutes exactly to go. Chevron, bro.
It's Friday, right? It's Friday. That's why I'm on. It's Friday.
Yeah. Hold on, T-God. Chevron Brown is saying, what I noticed though, some persons are quick to believe the girls and ready to defend them. But what if the JFF is the one telling the truth?
If they are,
I think that's where I'm confused, Mannings, man. Which is, I don't think it may be that no one's truly not telling the truth in the minds, man. Some people think that's hard to believe.
But that's but people believe
that's a possibility.
Exactly.
Meaning, I sent out the money, and I don't know how long the money's been sent out. That's part of my concern.
I raise all of those things.
Because when you send money to the bank, sometimes they take 5 days to clear it for whatever reason, so they can get their float. Or there's confusion about addresses. I don't know what it is. I got the sense though that most of the girls got paid their boat workup money. But there's back money that has been paid. But as she also said, some workup money weren't paid.
Here's what I need to know. There's a part like when that's like there needs to be some clarity, and that's why Mr. Chung need to speak. Because here's why. Remember, there was a FIFA got involved in this. Because remember, they said that the reason why they could not pay it is because FIFA did not send it at one point. Right. FIFA got involved because FIFA wanted to ensure that all the monies were given to the girl. Remember that there was a point when they said they got the 30-something out of the 60,000. You remember that? All right. Who got that money? Which group of... So that's why I'm saying that it could be that both sides are saying the same thing.
Yeah, I think there's some miscommunication on some place, Mannings, man. But there's no miscommunication about a December 8th date, even though, I'll say this, even there's confusion, even though it's appears there isn't. So, Fifth Pro, the Players Association, apparently, is representing the girls.
Yeah.
And they're a go-between between the JFF and the girls. The question is, when you have a middle person, a person in the middle, man, things can get lost if that person is not engaging well with both sides, right? So is Fifth Pro engaging the leadership team for the girls, subsequent to receiving information from the JFF to make sure they get it timely, an agreement is made. And so I think they need to get with the leadership team directly versus a middle person because it doesn't seem to be working. Because they say they don't know about the December 8th meeting, which Dennis says is in place, right?
Yep.
They're saying the last communication was November 16th, I think.
I need to ask him too. Did he talk to the girls or did he talk to the girls' representative?
It's the representative. They're saying they have had a communication directly, so it must be the representative.
Okay.
Well, I'll say this. I would like to believe that Fifth Pro is a professional organization. So therefore, the GFF have to step up their game. Something that you said.
Kyle, take a step back.
Hold on. Cranky, let me hit you with
you can finish. I'll let you finish. Let you finish.
Give me my little time. Okay, the first thing you said after you watched the thing was that the girls have to make a choice in that they are dealing with an ineptitude organization. Either they work with them or they walk away. Okay?
Right.
Now, that's where you put the girls, that's what they have to work with. All right? Now, that said, they have chosen Fifth Pro, which I presume to be a professional organization, which would imply that the GFF have to step up their game. Simple as that.
But how do you know Fifth Pro hasn't dropped the ball?
We don't know, but we are going to find out. We are going to find out.
The JFF can't step up their game. They cannot step up their game.
There's another point, Cranky. Okay, now, if that's the position that you're taking, that the GFF is ineptitude and the girls have a choice to make,
right?
Where does it leave these present crop up girls? Because they're going to deal with the same thing, So that's I'll be done soon. So basically, that goes in Bunny Shaw's point that what she's fighting for is a greater issue, not just her, but the other generation coming up. Because believe me, those girls who are playing right now are going to go through the same thing.
No, but Kyle, or Cranky, I'm going to take comment. But Kyle, you know what Brian was saying? It sounds ridiculous, But Brian is saying that the girls that you say you're fighting for are the girls that decided that, in spite of all of these issues, I am going to play. And it is possible that they are not getting any pay, but they are the ones you're fighting for.
Right.
The point he was making is that it's just like you demonstrate, say that police you let out a man out of jail. And the man say, yo, at jail, me want to stay.
Okay,
if me come out, me will get killed. And you then have Black Road film come out of jail, kind of an idea, because
I know.
Yeah.
I get the point, but let me answer that and say this. Bunny Shaw at one point was playing for nothing. And she rose up. So those girls will rise and they're going, trust me, they're going to take the same road. You know what I mean? It's like a circular thing. Like what Frankie was saying, it's circular.
But Kyle,
going to do the same thing.
Kyle, I'm not going to let T-Gat come in. And I think, no, Cranky had to say something then, T-Gat. Kyle, right. I understand, but see things from Cranky's perspective, all right? So, while you say that she was playing for nothing, like, maybe some of these girls see this as because they're players who see that way. Listen, it is when I had nothing. For example, I know players who've played for the national team who said, yo, anything. I know players know who anything they can do for Jamaica's football. And I keep on saying this, in spite of how poorly they were treated while they played, but because in their youth years, they were afforded the opportunity to travel and to play, they will still give back to the football and even volunteer their time, because there is also a benefit that they believe, and they owe it not to the JFF, but to the people. I think the point that Cranky is making is that if you're dealing with an organization that has great ineptitude, then one of the things you can say is that, listen, I can walk away completely, or you know what, I'm going to still play because I know that this helped me, and so maybe some other youngsters can benefit by my involvement. So there is that part. That's all. All he's saying is that there's two perspectives, and it's not just one way. All right, that's all. Yeah.
Point taken.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Cranky, my name's man. Big up yourself, Kai. This is what I have to say. All right. Frankly, I've been listening to this issue for a very long time, and I've been hearing everybody speaking. But they always teach me that there's three side to a story. You understand? You have your side, my side, and the truth. And when I listen to, for instance, today when you have Mr. Dennis Strong on the platform and he was talking, to me, in my opinion, what JFF is saying that now, and he's speaking about all the other girls playing and what people are saying, that they are trying to get rid of who is there. This is my opinion. They are trying to get rid of or look over who is there and try to move on. They're trying to move on from the Bunny Shaw, from the Spencer, and the other people. He was talking about the young player, and people have said the midfield is the best midfield you ever see. And mark you, they have not won any match yet. They have not won any match yet, and they're keeping their fingers crossed for them to qualify for the World Cup. They can move on. This is my opinion. Now, I hear the interview with the girls. All right? I hear the interview with the girls, and I hear what they're saying. People are quick to say that the girls are lying, and they are not saying that the JSF is lying. Cranky, is saying that the JFF is inadequate. They have no system. We are sitting here sometimes making excuse for the JFF and their incompetence and what they're doing. They come on our platform, they come on TV, and they say certain things, and then the girls come back and they say other things. But we quick to defend the JFF and quick to bash the girls. You understand? And say, oh, they're
Hold on, Tiga.
No, man, let him finish. Because I can wax him. I can wax him, but he don't. Make him finish.
We're quick to bash the girls and say, oh, they're holding their story. They if on but to talk. But when the JFF is talking, they go right around the corner. And we're not saying the JFF are if on button are holding their story. But we quick to watch when the girls talk. Look at them quint. Look at them bottom lip a shake. Watch every movement. They say, all right, yeah, I lied about them. But when the JFF is speaking, whenever a representative speaking for the JFF, we say, oh yes, it's true. We believe the girls then. When they shall give every answer possible. When the interviewer, they're talking about the first interviewer, the first where they get. She said she get up late and she said the letter. England, UK time and Jamaica time, 2 different times. They asked for the specific time. They didn't get the specific time. The only thing they hear next that they are suspended for the game because they didn't go to a meeting. All right, they're talking about the payments. They said people JFF pay part of them, but people in from February have not get paid yet. You understand? But yet still JFF come over and say no money owed. Everybody pay and everybody is settling and everybody is living happy. Merry after. Let us move on with the football. JFF is making it sound like they are doing everything. They are spreading the red carpet, the red rose. But the girls are stiff naked all the hearings and they don't want to come aboard. You understand? Every time I listen to the JFF, they say everything is right, everything is good, everything is compensated. When I listen to the girls, they said this, they said that, they said this. And we prefer to take the side of the JFF than listen to the girls.
So Tiga, I didn't know you and Kyle were related. Oh, you didn't tell us that.
No, I'm just listening. I am listening for the truth.
No, but I'm serious. I didn't know you and Kyle were related.
No, I'm listening for the truth. And if you listen to both, and listen, the JFF have misrepresent us. Misrepresent the truth so many times. The girls have not come on no live. They have not come on no TV. They have not come on nothing at all like that. They sit back while the JFF is out there. You understand? All the representatives. You understand? Come and they talk about the girls this and the girls that and the girls this and the girls that. But yet still in this interview, they could lay out every instant what the JFF said and what they said. Nobody want to listen to what the girls have said. They listen to them and if them stutter, them stutter them. Oh, the back can shake. So that's not true. Oh, they are
Tiga. You know what this song is?
Just getting carried away and getting loud for no reason.
You know what that song is, Tiga? You know what that song is? Don't play it again. Hold on, Frankie. That is the lie detector going off.
No, what? Tiga, take a chill pill. You're stepping off. Tiga, take a chill pill. Take a chill pill. You've said a lot, Tiga. You've said a lot, and half of it is not correct. So most people are not on the side of the JFF. Go look at the comment section. Because know what section you're reading, what forum you're in, what form you're engaging. You hear one person may say something, which is listen, stop talking.
I'm not talking
because you're just shouting. Stop.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not talking about the comment. I'm talking about where you went and where the JFF go and represent. That's what I'm saying.
Tiga, when you were talking and Cranky was about to speak.
No, but I don't want to represent me. I don't want to him saying talking about the comment. I'm not talking about the comments. I'm talking about where they go and represent.
Tiga, When you were talking and Cranky was about to speak, you did not want to interrupt. Can you allow him to speak? And when he's finished, you take the point that you object to and speak to it. Please, I don't like when one person is making a point and the other person speaks louder. All right? If I'm the host and I'm saying Tigat, Tigat, just allow the person to finish. All right?
So Tiga take about 10-15 minutes with his dissertation, and he doesn't want any contrary argument. Because if he's not aligned with his perspective, then he doesn't want to hear. That's what I'm hearing. So here's my point, Tiga. Most people are not saying the JFF is right. I have no form what you're talking about. And I have no idea what you're talking about. Seriously. That's shocking to me. Maybe Soldier came on and see a few things, which is in line with what the girl is saying. Did you hear Kyle say the girls are not right? In fact, Kyle lacks objectivity when it comes to the girls. And he'll tell you that. Unlike you, he'll tell you that. Now, here's my point with that, Tiga, which is there's obviously miscommunication across the board. And I've said from day one, since I've been on these forums, the JFF has not demonstrated that they have the competence to function their capacity. And I will keep on making that statement until I see material changes in how they operate. And people should ask themselves the question, why is Simon and Manning's man part of the JFF delegation that goes to game the men's team? You think it's by chance that they're part of that delegation? Or did someone in the organization, whether it's the coach or somebody else, says, you know what, we need some help. Let's get some people in here who knows what they're doing, frankly. And since they have been in, rightly or wrongly, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, we haven't heard as much noise. Frankly, we have heard little noise. Now, maybe that the team realized that, you know what, even if they come in and do a good job and still having issues, they're going to work through it versus what transpired. And Tiga, let me just say this. The girls came out in public forum and bashed the country and bashed the JFF. And it looked awful. The girls came out and said it. That's not disputable, Tiga. Go watch Ian Wright's show. It's on. Good thing about these things, they're recorded. They bashed the country and they bashed the JFF because they one and the same. They did bash them. Right? So the girls have had their say. So don't say that. They haven't come out subsequent to the World Cup and made any statements. We all agree with that. And the JFF, made it through Speed and Chung, and even lesser extent to Ricketts, have come out and said things to suggest everything is in order. And the girls and the JFF can't align because they're both in their camps doing what they do. Now, I haven't heard the girls said, here's what I find disappointing with the girls too. Since November 16th, you haven't had communication. Have you been proactive in engaging JFF? Or are you waiting for them to engage you? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's two equal party negotiating. Now, Kyle may say the JFF should take the higher road and be the adults in the room. But all these are grown-ups. These are not kids on both sides. Whether it's fifth row representing them, and if you're a representative, you should tell your representative, you know what, let's get this done. Because we want to resolve this so we can represent the country. I haven't heard that. I haven't seen that. Everybody's in their corner saying, I'm right, and right makes me effective. And from where I sit, right is making them extremely ineffective and very disappointing, especially for the fans, because we want to see the best team on the field. And here the girls should ask themselves this, which is, I'm not on either side whether the girls should play or not. That's their decision to make. It's their career. It's their future. It's their brand. But I will say this. How will they feel when the Gold Cup next year and the teams are playing and they're not playing?
All right.
That's my view on that.
All right. So Tiga keep on saying we support the JFF and we bash the girls. And I think he's suggesting probably me and Cranky and stuff because this is a forum. So I did an interview with Mr. Chung Tiga. And tonight I come on and said that he needs to clarify. The title of my video is Bonnie and Becky Refuted Every Claim from the Gensec. Who should we believe? The thumbnail said that everything he said was refuted. That is on it. And you come on and say that I am bashing the girls. I want you to that is what I want you to explain to me. What have I said?
No.
But you said it. No. Did you not say that we are bashing the girls? Did you not say that?
I want you to finish, sir, before I talk. Finish.
No, I'm asking you a question. Did you not say that?
No, finish. I don't, because the time to start, they're going to do the next 15 minutes. So go on again.
No, man. I'm asking you a question.
No. I want you to finish with your point and with your statement, and then I'll address it.
My point is to ask you a question.
And then you finish? Then you finish?
we have to answer the question.
No, then you're finished? Then you're finished? Then you're finished?
Man,
no, you're finished?
Man, Tigat one, you know, Tigat said that 15 minutes will be his. So ask what you have to ask.
No, Kyle. This is called I Am Sure Sports.
That is true. I am sure sports. And that is not true, but I want him to finish.
Hold on. Kyle, not sports down the middle. Tell me that he's giving me.
This is what we do. That is what we do. We talk sports straight down the middle. No, we talk about sure. We do it right down the middle. We split it right down the middle. You understand? We don't talk about sure. We split it right down the middle. Right.
You're on one side. You're on one side. You're on one side.
5 minutes max. 5 minutes max. All right, boss?
Let me respond to management. I said, we tend to believe the GFF more than the girl. First I said, the three sides, hold on. First I said, there's something I talk about. First I said, there are three sides to a story. You have your side, my side, and the truth. Then I repeated that we more tend to believe the GFF than the girl. When the girls attack, we see them, if we see them lip a tremble, we say a lie. If them stutter, we say a lie. If them left eye blink, we say a lie. If them touch them say, but if the GFF talk.
No, Tiga, just hold on, man. You said all of that? Because we never hear that, you know.
All right, so where were you?
Okay.
Where were you?
All right. No, I'm just calm. I didn't hear you talking
Tiga,
about.
turn on your mic, Tiga. Turn on your mic. We can hear you.
My mic turned on. My mic turned on.
No. Trust me. I have to turn on my volume. It's still low. My volume is still low.
But I'm saying, listen. I'm just saying that people tend, when the GFM speak, people say, oh, so that is it. Oh, so I understand now. Now this is why. No man, them girls have to get dropped because they believe this and them whatever. Cranky, I know you have a burn from the girls kick out Wembley. I know you have that burn carrying. You understand? That burden is on your back. Because you never like that. You never like that stance. Me look over that. You understand? You never like that stance, me look over that and move on. You understand? But no, Cranky, you're making a decision based on what the girls have done in the past.
Tiga, slow down, man. We have to have a discussion. You can't just talk for 15 minutes. Listen, this is what I'm asking you. Tell me on the show tonight, because you came on and you said, we, and you said it 3 times in a row. You said, we
tend to back the girl. We mean that.
Let me add.
Not you alone, but everybody.
Let me add the operative word. You said we. You came onto the platform and you said we tend. Let me use the operative word tend. I didn't hear it, but you said I used it. Fine. I'm going to believe you. We tend to bash the girls. I am asking you. You came onto the show saying that. Tell me what I have said tonight that is bashing the girls.
No. I'm not talking about tonight. Not tonight. I'm just speaking in a general terms. What has been going on out there? When the JFS speak, you understand? When the JFS, we say, oh, that is it. And then we have a tendency, it's just to use it, we have a tendency to bash the girl and say the girls are lying. If they come out in an interview and then the bottom lip are trimmable, as the Cranky say, you understand? They stutter. So I tend to believe that they're not saying the truth. They do something. So they're not saying the truth. Yes, Cranky did say. Cranky said they were hesitant to answer a question. When the interview asked, they were hesitant. This is the word they use. They were hesitant, and then when they go back, they answer the question. So I tend not to believe that. But when the JFX speak and we ask them a question, and when they are hesitant to speak and they answer it, oh yes, true.
Tiga, hold on. Didn't Cranky first statement, even in the comment section, and when he came out, the first thing he said is that he doesn't want to call the person a liar, and he didn't call the girls. He said that he misspoke, and oftentimes what he says is not aligned to the truth. Did you hear that at any point tonight?
No, I didn't. That before I come on. Maybe you said that before I come on, so I didn't hear that. I tell him truth. Maybe he said it and I didn't hear it.
No, but I am saying
that's how and Manix Man and Tiga, it's always important to get the entirety of the story.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, let me finish. You need to chance to get it.
The story of the JFF and the girl. Go ahead.
Tiga, you have to give people other time for talking.
That's how we love this thing. Fruitful discussion. Go ahead, Frank.
You know, Tiga, and Kyle, when Kyle left, you know what I tried to do in my life, Tiga? And I've learned this through experience because I'm a little bit more seasoned than you guys, quite a bit more seasoned. I learned to listen. I try my best to be aware and to be as gentle as possible. I heard Tuffy in the thing says, I am anti the reggae girls. So if I come on and say the JF is inept, Chung doesn't align with the truth a lot of times.
He misspoke.
And I'm anti the girls. Whose side am I on then? I just said you're inept, Tiga. You're inept. Manning's my problem. I say you're inept. Tiga is horrible. I say Manning's man. I'm not sure about what Manning's man is saying because it doesn't align what Tiga is saying. And someone's gonna say I am anti-Tiga and I must be anti-Manning's man. I'm supposed to be anti both of you. Because if I'm criticizing you, Tiga, then how can I be on your side? If I'm saying you're inept. That thought process and reasoning befuddles me. That's why I struggle sometimes with people in the comment section. They don't listen. I just want to hear themselves speak. Before you speak, you should listen, think, and then put your perspective on the table. I have been saying I criticize the girls because I believe in authority. Because without authority, there's chaos. And if you're in your job and you're subordinate, you're going to tell people they don't want Tiga, then to fire Tiga and replace with somebody else. You would lose. When your staff come tell you that, Tiga, you would lose your mind. The world doesn't work like that. No place in life. And here's what I'm hearing today. Whether it's a JLP, PNP in Jamaica, whether it's Democrats, Republicans here, nobody listens to anybody anymore. They have their thought process. They're in their thinking. They're aligned. They're vertical in their thinking. They can't see the forest from the trees. So all I'm thinking about is, you don't take my side, you're the opposite of me. And I'm going to hear what I want to hear, not what you're saying. Nowhere tonight did I take any side. In fact, I said, you know what? After hearing the girls, I'm still confused. After hearing Dennis today, I hear the girls. You know I'm confused? Because the arguments don't align, Tiga. And if one side is not, if the arguments don't align, then I'm going to be confused. Because both parties are grown up, credible people with reputation. Why would they come up with two different arguments talking about the same thing and using facts, empirical information, which doesn't align? It doesn't make any sense. So either people are confused, which is Chung believe his staff sent the money out, but they didn't send it out because they told him they sent it out. The girls believe people didn't get paid, but they got paid, but there was some money that was left over that didn't get paid. Something is misaligned someplace.
Tiga,
and what we need is, you know what we need, Tiga? I'm going to talk part one now. The two parties will sit down and work it out and stop bringing intermediaries and stop going on media and talk about themselves. With Bonnie Shaw and Spencer can go to Sportmax and have a conversation. Have they had a conversation with the JFF in the last 8 days, 7 days? But they're on Sportsmax, right? Why aren't they talking to the JFF directly? They haven't talked to the JFF since, they haven't communicated since the 16th. I don't think they've spoken. Why aren't they communicating? They're on Sportsmax. Chubb is on this program, and the girls are on Sportsmax, and they should be talking to each other, and they're talking at each other versus to each other.
Can I jump in?
No. Hold on, Kyle. Hold on, Tigat. So I want to give Tigat context because I'm a context person. I started out in a Tigat, and I said on my thumbnail, I went as far as saying I talked about there's fire in Senton. All of Senton is burning up. They're using up all the water from the ocean because when you put the two arguments together, there's a massive explosion. Boom, because it is two opposite things coming together. I said all of that, Tigat. I said, Mr. Chung need to come and address this tomorrow. I want you listening, because the thing is that, like Cranky said, sometimes it come out because at least Kyle is honest. Kyle says he has a bias towards the girls. He comes out and says that. But when someone accuses me of picking a side, when I have come out and chat, in fact, let me go further. In my discussion with Mr. Chung today, I asked several questions so that this conversation could be held. If I had a reason to support whatever wrong people believe that they are doing, why would I bring him out to ask the questions that would implicate him? I want us to begin to think, because people believe that we're supporting. Let's go a little further. I can go a little further into it today, because I don't know if you listen to all of the discussions that were on that I had with him today. I don't know if you took the time to listen to everything. Maybe you didn't. And for that, I will make an excuse. But if you listen to everything that happened in it, it was because of the discussions of the people. Why? I went as far because he was talking about the players, and I asked him about even those things. And he said that 7 of the players did not sign because he was talking about the players. And I said to him, I asked all of those questions. So when persons are going to say that if I'm not biased, why I don't get the girls? Come on, you and I know that the leadership group of the girls are very specific. Where they talk to, who we can get is the people from the JFF. It is good that Sportsmax have them, but we all know, Tiga, you don't have access to them. You don't have access to them. And all we have asked is that they come out and talk. You know why people want to hear them talk? Because people want to hear their side of the story. That's what we said today. So if everybody in Jamaica was on the GFF side and nobody is supporting the girls, why would people want to hear their side of the story? I don't understand. So the people are saying that, oh, you guys have picked side. Maybe they are the ones and they can't even see it. I rest my case. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Just a couple of things. Now, I see you have this comment on it from James Smith, right? And you pick up this one and post it. And no, there's several. Hold on. I don't know if you post it.
Then put up something.
Hold on. No. I want you to pick up the third one after James Smith. The third one after James Smith. I think it's Ford Spider. Put up that one. Just the third one after that one.
Foreign Spider? This one?
No, no man, before that man. Go after James, the one that you just put. The third one after Presser and Damaro. Just put up the third one after that one.
So you must understand that when it comments up, sometimes I don't realize because I go through comments. Yeah.
You see? So this is like the JFF. Only take the bad part and shoot out, let everybody see it and it stay there long and everybody come and then they read that. But then they shoot out the other part, then everybody can see. And that's that. I'm just saying. All right.
So you find one comment that align with you and that's what they want you to pick out.
If that one comment is there, that one comment is there. And I want to see that one push out. And I want No, I see more than I want to see that one push out, and I see more than one comment. There's a lot of comment bad, there's a lot of bad comment there about me, and there's a lot of good comment there about me. But I see that one there and there for long. Just like
man, I have seen comment that says Chung lies. Put some of those up too, so Tigger can see there's a balance view in the comment section.
No, is that me seeing? It's the people who are watching. They can see what is on the board. That is justice. That is justice. Not the bad thing that, Tigger to talk foolishness. People don't want them people out there. Oh yeah, Tigger to talk good stuff too. I agree with him. You understand? That is what is happening. People tend, when they see one something, they just run with it. Understand? And then I see, and then say, oh, that is what is happening. You understand? When the girls them never talk, and the JTF talk, they say that when you post that, and somebody just come on the program and hear me talk, they will say, oh, I pay a foolish Tigger to talk. You understand? But let me finish. But when you post other things, other people say something to about Tigger.
Tiga, hold on. Tiga, nobody hearing you. Nobody's hearing you. Hold on. Listen, Tiga, listen. You're talking so high tone that you're echoing in the microphone and your words not coming through. So easy, brethren. So what you have to say, then let me talk. All right? Cool. Go on.
Oh, cool. Are you hearing me now? Is this better? Is this better? Are you hearing me? Am I clear? Am I coming through clear?
A lot better.
A lot better. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
A lot better.
Right. Now, now, back to as I'm saying, people, we must look on both, and the JFF has not been truthful to the public when it comes to serve. The JFF, you see the JFF, the JFF is this present JFF. You understand? They tend to I'm looking for a word, but they tend to try to get back at people whenever they do something to you. You understand? We see they do it to coaches. You understand? And we see they do it. And the girl done something to the JFF, and the JFF tends to get back to them, get back on them. All the present JFF work, they're trying to move forward from the World Cup team and try to build something new. This is what they do. They don't intend. Country, they say, oh, and management, they say, oh, let us talk. JFF have no reason to talk. If we, the public, don't come out and speak, JFF will have no reason to talk to the girl. You said something again on the show that the girl get paid. You know what that could mean? That could be their last pay. You said the girls get paid, and who get paid, that could be their last pay. We may never see them again. That's what you said. And this is what JFF just mean them.
Tigat.
You never said that. You never said man.
Tigat.
I'm gonna say that.
Tigat. I said this is the last pay the girls get, Tigat.
Yes, it could be.
No,
yes,
Tigat. Tigat. Let me. I can tell you what happened. I asked Cranky, right? I asked Cranky about them getting all their money. What does that mean? Cranky gave a definition about they are so, I think you said that because they are so good and they value them, right? I went on and I asked, what else could that mean? You, Tigat, here telling me on my show that I said that this is the last pay that the girls are getting. You heard me say that?
No, you said it could be. You said it could be. You never said last pay. You said it could be.
Tigat, I said it could mean. Because
it could mean.
That's what I said. Hey, listen, Tigat. Listen again, Tigat. Listen again. I asked Cranky because remember we're discussing some got overpaid and some got everything. I asked Cranky, what are the cases where people get all their money? Cranky said because they are valued. All right. I said, what else could that mean? That is the question. So how do you take from that, Tigat, that I said this is the last pay the girls getting?
Management. So what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting, management? What are you suggesting?
What are
you suggesting?
Tigat, hold on. Tigat, what is Cranky suggesting?
No. Forget about Cranky.
Hey, just, brethren, calm down. Let me ask you a question. Because the question was asked, what is Cranky suggesting?
Cranky said they perform and they get paid.
No, Tigat. Seeing that you want to bring it. Tigat, just stop the man. Cranky said, because remember, I think one of the commenters said it could be severance package. We asked what it meant. What it meant when people get their pay. How do you take from that, Tigat, that I said That is what I'm asking you. Because if you are saying that, okay, this is what management, because the question was asked of Cranky, why are you taking that out of the context that he said? Because they are valued. Because he said that. But you're taking it out of the answer. You don't realize that.
No, management. I'm talking to your. I forget about Cranky. I'm talking about your response.
I asked the question. So let me ask you. All right. Well, I'm going to show this. Why do you believe? So Mr. Chung said that they have been paid all their monies. Why I'm asking you? When people get all their monies, Tigat, what are the reasons why companies pay off people all their monies? Give me some of the reasons. Answer me now. May I ask you a question? When companies, you're muted. When companies pay people all the money that they have for them.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. When people listen to the question that I'm asking you. I want you to listen to the question. When companies pay people all the monies that they have for them, past and present, what is that suggesting, Tigat? Give me the difference.
That you work and you deserve your pay, and I have the money to pay you, so I pay you, so let's continue working.
That's the only thing that could mean.
Yeah, that come to me. Yeah, that's what come to me.
No, man. Here's what I'm asking. Okay, so you're saying that the only thing that you know that could mean if a company gives a person everything they have for them in terms of finances, your thing is this, right? Your thing is this, that the only reason why companies do that is because they are working so well and they want to pay them. That's the only reason in the end.
Because I have the money to pay you. Okay. I'm the money to pay you, so I pay you, and let's move on. Okay. I pretty cheap. Let's work together.
We're not getting with the conversation because Tigat is set in his ways. So let me just say this.
Management, give me when company give pay the employee all their money. What does that mean? Let me just
Tigat, let me ask you a question, Tigat. Let me ask you a question. If your company decides to terminate your services, do they pay up all your money?
Yeah, if a company decides to terminate me, yeah, they're going to pay up all my money.
So equate it to the same situation we're talking about. Okay? Let's do that. So let's put the two together.
So are you saying, okay. So are you saying then, let's put it hypothetically. Are you saying that the JFS pay all the
hold on, Tigat, slow down. Tigat, wait, you just said let's say hypertension. Listen, just slow down, man, because you're talking nonsense. I don't want them clip you. You can't say it hypertensionally. There's no such word. Just slow down and speak properly, please. All right.
What do you mean hypothetical? But
keep going. I don't want them clip you. All right.
That's fine. If you want to clip me, they clip me. Then say that, man. Then they clip the news. Whitmore said this and whatever. They can't clip me, brother. But as I'm saying, all right, you understand?
No, your mic is low, Tigat. But I think you understand that, Tigat.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so I'm saying to you then. So are you saying that when the gent say come and speak, they pay off all the girls? Are you saying that they are moving away from the girls?
No.
So what we're Tigat, so I'm speaking for myself. What we're saying is that it could mean any and everything. It could mean something. Wait, Tigat, wait now. It could mean they value some players. They're going to pay them up as quickly as possible to bring them back in the program. It could mean some players they don't value. They're going to pay them off and says, thank you for your service, but we're moving in a different direction. And you've heard Mr. Chung today extolling the virtues and lauding some girls about how well they're playing, which seems to suggest that they may bring some odds.
Tigat,
can we finish them on? Jesus.
I apologize. All right. I apologize. Go ahead.
Which seems to suggest, Tigat, that they have plans for some new girls. And frankly, nobody's position in any team, in any football team, is given to you. You have to earn it based on your performance. And you're always at risk of being replaced by somebody coming along who's better. So let me say this, Tigat, which is this. I heard somebody, in people in the comment section talking about Cranky old school and Cranky in the military. That's why you think them where they, I don't know where they work. I don't know what environment they're operating. But I heard somebody say something, which you guys may have heard on the internet. A lady was talking about taking away the ability to punish kids. And she said, the teachers are afraid of the kids. The teachers are afraid of the principals. The principals are afraid of the superintendent. Superintendent is afraid of the parents. The parents are afraid of the kids. And the kids not afraid of nobody. And the point she's making is that the inmates can't run the asylum. I'm sorry, they just can't. We have to have balance in the world and order. We can't have chaos in the world. And you guys are promoting chaos. And if you make any comment about the girls and it's not viewed in the most extreme positive light, people want to beat you. So it contradicts what you're saying about everybody's critiquing the girls and supporting the JFF. That's opposite to what I've seen. In fact, I'm trying to bring some balance to the discussion and say, you know what? The girls are not always right. And they can't always be right. That's not how life works. There's always something, someplace where somebody is not being transparent as they should be because they want to look good. That's how we are. That's how we all are in life. If I'm going to give you my side of a story, I'm going to put myself in the best light so you don't have a negative view of me. The JFF is doing it, and I'm sure in some extent the girls are doing it. I have no doubt about that. Not that means they're lying. It means they're putting themselves in the best light. And even if they have difficult conversation and one was loud, they won't tell you they were loud. They say, I said X, Y, Z. And the person doesn't realize because you were loud, you offended the person. We do this as human beings. That's who we are. We want to be painted with a good brush, not a bad brush. So when you and Kyle come and say, and Kyle is transparent. Kyle was basically say, I'm on the girl side. I want to hear from the JFF. We all agree, Tiga, that the JFF is a challenge organization. And they don't realize that they're challenged sometimes. So they bring in people who may not have the requisite competence to do the job, or they keep people in roles who are doing a bad job, and it cascade across the organization and make them look bad. Then they have no support because people are going to say, you know what? They're the problem. And the girls sometimes are not right, frankly, but you can't even see that because you know why? The JFF is so bad, that's all people's going to see. So,
all right. Let me just jump on for 5 minutes before I run.
All right, Kyle, before you get to 5 minutes, I have a call online. So let the caller take 3 and then you can get your 5 because we have 13 to go.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, real quick. T-God, there at no point tonight was Cranky and Management defending the JFF. Right? There, they give their point of view. So apparently you never hear that. And next thing, right? With the issue with the girls and the JFF, based on how me look at it, the JFF about history of not being transparent. So if me have to say somebody wrong, would I have to say the JFF? Because at one point me hear the chairman of the technical committee say he will twist the law, bend the law, up and down with the law, as long as he not break the law. So if the chairman of a technical committee say that, it not sound good. So basically, he must say he can do everything wrong, but as long as he can't go jail for it, he's okay with it. So, and that's him said.
Yeah, as long as he don't break the law. True. I think
people hear him start and you say thing in talk, him say something, but he not realize the way he must say. Even if him think that him shouldn't say it, So it's a man like that we have a leader and we have in our federation, and it's not right, But hopefully the best thing at man, but and the next thing management, like people strike, federation and corporation not strike. And the people most people are going with the girl them because the JFF have a history of not treating people right. And sometimes we can't knock people,
Yeah. And listen, the truth is, and you're right, if people are going to judge based on the utterances from past, you would have to believe the girls. In other words, the girls don't need to prove that they are telling the truth. The JFF need to. Yeah. The girl don't need to prove anything. The girl don't need to prove anything, Yeah, man. All right, respect, man. All right, go ahead. Yeah, man. All right, we have a next caller, but Kyle, go ahead and then caller, just hold on, let Kyle go. Hold on, guys. But he got read that management. You're asking the question wrong. Wrong. You should ask if you have a dispute with the company and they pay you all money. How
Yeah, that was
does
a type.
how does that? What does that mean? So if you're in
That's
dispute,
fired.
I
That's
don't give you.
fired.
Eh?
That's your fired. That's your fired.
Are you Tigat? Are you saying that the girls are fired, Tigat?
No, you have to answer this question. I am
Oh,
going to answer this question.
no, but that's his question I asked, Cranky. So you are now saying that the girls are fired.
No. This is coming out.
They're
No,
fired.
your question. No, you ask that. Now listen. You ask your question. Hold on. You listen it. No. You ask about a company. You ask me about a company. Don't ask me about the girls. You ask me about a company.
So
Don't try to twist it.
ask Cranky.
Man, keep going. Tiga got to be cute. And he's not being cute. So let Kyle speak, please.
Yeah,
Kyle speak.
Kyle, just hold on, right? Please, I'll let Kyle go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle.
Why? I tell you, I mean, I've been waiting here for like 30 minutes, man.
Kyle lied.
All I ask is, Cranky, do not interrupt me, Cranky, all right?
We still have to lie meet up on Kyle. Kyle, just lie.
No, the issue that I'm having with Cranky's reasoning, because he does come off to me as being pro GFF, but he's trying to balance that fine line. And the reason why I say that is
you're absolutely right. 100%.
Stop take my time, brethren. Not try, Tiga, please.
Yo.
All right, so this is my issue now, right? The argument that Cranky sets forth is that the GFF is ineptitude, they are incompetent, and they'll never get there. Which in turn means that if this is what the girls are dealing with, then we all, including the girls, should just accept this and move forward. So basically what you're asking is the girls to accept this abuse and just deal with it. No, that is my issue. An organization should always keep the high road. Every organization should practice best practices, and Cranky knows this. You know what I'm saying? And the reason is simple. When you maintain an ethical standard, no one can question your decisions. And that's the problem we're having with the GFF. They're questionable in every facet of what they're doing. You can't make a statement that the girls are paid, and then, it comes out later that you're owed money. You know what I mean? Every foundation of your organization becomes questionable. And that's the problem that we're having with the GFF. And then you expect the girls now to basically trust them in good faith and go into contracts with them or conversation with them. This is why they're going to a third party as a mediator, because they don't trust them. So this idea that they should sit down face to face in a room and have a conversation is beyond mute. They have done that. They're tired of it. So now they're using a third party or a second party to say, listen, we have to communicate with these guys, and this is how we want to do it. Why do you do that? Because you want documented proof that action has been taken. No more will you have a he say, she say business. Them say, no. We will turn to our mediator who has all the documented proof as to the actions that we want resolved. And this is what the GFF is going to be dealing with from now on. That is why they choose to go with these new crop of girls, because they don't have that protection. And in the future, when these new girls come up and they start rising and making money, it's going to be a circular thing where they come back around and say, listen, we need a mediating party to deal with these guys, because it's going to happen over and over again. Now that's where I stand.
Kyle, I just want to say you're incompetent and I mean
and inept.
I'm telling you.
We're on your side.
Yeah,
I'm on your side.
But you have my 100% support. Carl Online, welcome to the show.
Comment section is the best.
Yes. Good night.
Good night, Garth. Yeah.
The problem I have is, and I think I put that in the comment, Mr. Chung goes on every program, and he goes around and he said, the girls are this and the girls are that. We all pay them up, we all this, we all that. And he's telling that on a public forum every chance he gets. And the thing is, when Bonishaw and the rest of them come out and said that all that's a lie, it makes him look like he's inept in what he's doing, and I don't think he's
Carla, be
going
careful,
around
no,
and
no. If you say that, if you say that he's inept, you know, you're really supporting him, you know.
Okay, then let me put it another way. Then he's going around.
According to Kyle,
he's going around. If he's going around and he's lying, and a program that he could prove that he's lying, I don't think he should keep his job.
Yeah.
Because he's the one right now coming out as the face of the JFF. Because on almost every program I even hear Oral Tracy coming on and said the girls are this and the girls are that based upon what he's saying.
Yeah, it
so
has
proven
that is true, no, Carla.
He's lying.
Yeah.
That he's lying. Then I don't think he should keep his job because I don't think that he could ever be trusted again.
Yeah. The truth is that a lot of the conversation is that they have been paid, so why haven't they come back to play? And that is even I heard that, so I said that, listen, you must always represent your country. It's a national pride. But now that we are hearing that they have not been paid, he has to come out and clarify this.
No, man's man.
Yeah.
We have heard that they have not been paid. We have heard that some have not been paid. No, we have heard two things. We have heard some have been paid their match fees and per diem back from February, it appears. And we have heard some have still have not been paid for their bonuses and their World Cup money that they've generated, right? Because some have gotten overpaid. So some have not been paid, some have been underpaid, and some have been overpaid.
Yeah, you see, A.M. Henry is saying, so those who have been overpaid, have they given back the money?
Hold on. No. Who said that statement is true? That they've been overpaid?
Bonnie said it too.
Bonnie said that they've been overpaid?
Yeah.
Some people have been overpaid. But I don't even know how you figure that out because I don't know how they figure the calculation to say they've been overpaid. Because I haven't heard that they've had a formula that shows in the... Because if the formula was right, nobody should be overpaid or underpaid. If the formula was right? Yeah.
Hold on, Tiga, let the caller finish.
Go ahead.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing is everybody's going around trying to make their side right. And until they sit down and try to work it out with each other, instead of going on public forum, try to bash each other and try to make their side right, then this is never going to get better. This is never going to get better. The only way it's going to get better is for both sides to sit down and try to come to an agreement and try to make the way their football in Jamaica could be better. But until that happens, and they're right, the JFF should take the high road. They're the one who is the organization. They're the one who should say, you know what, let's get this thing right. Whatever we've done in the past that was wrong, let's get together, sit down, and try to make things right, and then we try to move on.
Yeah.
But if ego is going to run it, then it's never going to get better. And keep going around and lying and proving that you're lying somehow, it's never going to make things better.
All right. Very good point. Very good point, Garth. Yeah, man. I appreciate your input. That is true. I think, listen, if this comes out that all that he has been saying about the payment is all wrong and all lies, and the girls are right, action needs to be taken. I will also say this. Please keep in mind, people, that this is election time. Thank you.
I would say this, which is
Hold on. All right, caller. Thanks for calling in.
All right, I'll hang up on this.
Yeah, man. All right. Cranky was going to say something. T got to say the other question.
Yeah, I think there's miscommunication, Manning's man. But let's take a step back and think about this logically. Why would Chunk come out and say they've been paid when he know he can be refuted by the parties who supposedly receive this payment? And they have access to media forums to express that sentiment. Why would he do that? That's very logical, Manning's man.
No, but Cranky.
Let me finish. Let me finish first. Let me finish. So my view is this: there's got to be some play along this whole realm of things and this whole timeline. Some confusion is occurring because nobody in their right mind what is his incentive? I mean, one may say, well, you know what? He wants to appease the public. Well, all you're going to be is contradicted subsequently. So why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Something is amiss someplace. Until we can get both parties, maybe they should all go. Maybe Sportsmax should interview both of them in the same forum and have them express what they're both saying. Maybe Sportsmax, who have access to both parties, should bring them together and have the dialogue. They need a mediator, frankly, because it's not working right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, T-God.
All right, this is what I have to say. All right,
You wake up the son.
Name of going bed, so come home there tell me.
No, you wake him up. You wake him up.
No, it's not going bed. It's just we're having family time and watching movie, but they were watching the movie that I wasn't interested, so I just get up. But anyway,
T-God, first thing, if it's family time, the movie is not for you to be interested in.
It's not about you.
No, watch two of them. And the next time I probably get up.
Man, the most easy part you got to know. Serious.
Yeah,
it's not about you, T-God. It's not about you. I think you're confused. It's not about you.
What's up, baby? No, use the next one again. Yeah, as I was saying, four of us working, right? Four of us on the platform, right? And we're being owed, and somebody come and paid three of us out of the four. You can come out and say, yes, they have been paid. But one person have not been, it's not going to say all four have been paid, You can say, yes, they have been paid. But
No,
he said,
no. He said they have all been paid.
He said all
been paid.
No, hold on. What Bunny said, what Bunny is saying, not only the 23 players have been, there are some people that were playing before them, that were working paid them, that didn't get paid. That's what she said.
We're not disputing what Bunny said. What we're saying is that what she said is in contradiction to what Mr. Chung said. So we are saying to you, Mr. Chung needs to come out and clear up this, because what she's saying makes Mr. Chung a liar. So he needs to clear up this. She don't need the girl. That's what I'm saying to you. The girls don't need to clear up anything.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
by the way, T-God, Ricardo was very good in being transparent and clear in his question.
Well, that's it. That's what I'm saying. He tried to right. He was very yes. All right. The next thing I would in the same interview, Frankie, in the same interview. All right. Before the girls speak, all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Management and Cranky. Mr. Speed was saying that he came on the show. He was saying that the girls will want to know about coach, and there's no way this ever happened nowhere at all. They want to know who the coach, who did this, and who did that. And tonight, in the interview, Bunny gave why they needed the coach. No, the picture was painted that the coach they're not coming to play because they want to know who is the coach and what this and what that. And what Bunny said. Which one do you believe?
No, but that again is communication. So let me tell you what I understood. So in the initial letter, because if you're going to go back all the way to when the letter was done, the letter stated, and this is from the girl, go back and read it.
We never wrote the letter.
They don't get to know who the coach is. What they did in this thing is break it out to say, when they're asking that question, it's not like they want to be a part of the selection. What they want to know is who, so they can know who to send what to. So I don't think either party is wrong in it, because what the JFF is saying that you should not select. The girls are saying that, no, we weren't asking you to select. What we are saying, when we want to get the name, we want to know so we can know who is going to send back this to our club. Who do we send this to? That's
but the picture was that what they put it out there like the girls want to, and we are blazing on girls.
T-God, stop being disingenuous. They fired Binblade. They fired Binblade, didn't they? And they got their coach. Let's not be naive here. Let's not be naive. I'm sorry.
I tell you, carrying that burden, you know. I tell you, carrying that burden, you know.
No. But I'm telling you the fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's not disputable. No. They wanted their coach. They got their coach. Let's not play games here. This is not about who's right or who's wrong. Let's not play games. And People say, one undermines one credibility where you try to justify some of your actions. It doesn't stand up to scrutiny. Always remember that. You justify, you say you don't want the coach. Did they want Vin Blaine? Yes or no? Did they want Vin Blaine, Tiga?
No,
yes or no?
No, move on. No.
All right. Did they want Donaldson?
Yes.
Yes.
Did they get Donaldson?
Yes.
Yes.
Defense rest.
All right.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Listen, hold on, Tiga. Wait. Listen, hold on, Tiga, hold on. Listen. You know, I really don't want to jump into that conversation because I can make a good defense for the girls on that one. But I will leave that alone for another.
No, all right. Listen what I'm saying, people. All right. We can defend anything we want to defend.
Right.
Can we all agree, though, that the girls had an issue with Vin Blaine being the coach, and in the letter that they wrote and they signed, it was for his removal? Can we at least agree to that? And I'm saying that is okay because it worked for them. Can we at least agree that they wrote a letter, and in the letter they stated some issues they had with him and he needed to be removed? and nothing is wrong with that. We can at least, for us to say that is not what happened, is really like...
It's disingenuous. It's disingenuous.
On, let's end the show.
Disingenuous.
Tiga,
hold on. I'm not saying that they didn't want Vin Blake, you know. They know the fact and they take long. I know that. This is why I'm asking you. No. Maybe from that. So I'm asking him that the meaning that Bonnie gave while she was asking about the coach. Was it a lie? That's what I'm asking you in your opinion.
I can't tell what Tiga, I can't tell what the thought process is, but if I use historical context to inform my view, I may draw a different conclusion. You can give me your reason for why you want a coach. I've never heard players in those instances when this situation occurred before continually asking who the coach is going to be. Maybe you want to know who the coach is, so you decide, you know what? I may withhold my services because then I want that coach. So we can all draw our own conclusion. I don't know what the rationale was for that.
So in the interview, she said that the coach don't know the name. Those were things in the
she said
that was speaking to the Vin Blaine. So I am saying she's the one who really insinuated some of the stuff from the Vin Blaine era. She said that about not getting the starting 11. She's not talking about Lauren Donaldson. She was referring to the Vin Blaine era of the football. So all I'm saying that we can be real and say that. And I'm saying that it's okay because she explained it. I'm not saying that
I don't understand what that has to do with the current situation.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying let's move on. Why are we even on this?
So
No. Because she brought it up, Kai. That's why we're on it. She brought it up.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you, Frank.
So let me just say this, all right? So here's what I think you're missing. You believe that maybe Cranky or myself is saying that the girls are lying and Chung is telling the truth. Here's what I am saying to you. What the girls said and what Chung said does not align. The girls don't need to prove that they are right because Chung made the assertions. So he needs to come out and show, say, listen, okay, and somebody made what he needs to do is come out and say, listen, tell me the player, either in private or in public, who has not been paid. Because he's the one who said that all the girls have been paid on more than one occasion, from radio to TV to YouTube to the newspapers. He has said that. Now, after months of saying all of this, today, the girl come out and say, and they have said that some have been paid all their monies, some have been paid some of their monies, some have not been paid no money
Any
at all.
other monies.
She said they get per diem. They said some of them get per diem.
All right, we're not talking
about some of them got per diem.
Right.
Some of them got match fees from way back in February.
All right, but the key word is some. It's some.
Right.
That's it.
All right. All right.
Agreed.
So, I am saying, with that being said, it is incumbent upon Mr. Chung to come and say, because remember they said that we got the monies from FIFA. and FIFA this and FIFA that. Fine. All of that has been done. That's why I started out the show by saying a lot of the other issues are just trivial issues. For example, I believe that when Lorne Donaldson was in charge of this team, that all of this information that they were asking about, it was being sent back to their club. So now that Lorne Donaldson and the group that was around the team is gone, I think they wanted to know, all right, who is going to come in place to fill these slots? It's a reasonable question because they wanted to know. But what I will say though, if you look at the construct of the statement that they sent, it asked for who is going to be the coach. And when they were in the second letter that came out, it basically said like, we normally hear about the coach like this and that time, and we need to know with ample time. Mr. Chung, though, today did not bring up any of those issues. To be fair, what he said is that they use a broad term, mistreatment. And he says they need to have the meeting. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. They needed to have a meeting to understand what the mistreatment is. Right? Because some of those things that came up was flight and all of these things, because they were going by what is in the letter. And if you go by what is in the letter, all of those issues were exactly stated as they were. But you are suggesting that they should not have interpreted the part about the coach the way they interpreted it. But all the other 6 points should have been interpreted exactly how they were written, which don't make any sense. But now that she has explained it, it makes more sense. That's all we're saying, Just like with the GoFundMe. When that GoFundMe statement was made, I did not get the impression initially that she was suggesting that the GoFundMe had nothing to do with any flight, any travel. The GoFundMe had to do with them not wanting food in the hotel, so they had some money to buy food. I did not get that impression when she did the interview with Ian Wright. The Ministry of Sports and the government of Jamaica did not get that impression. Maybe that's what she meant. But all we're saying is, it's not like she was lying, but people did not get that. She explained herself. And I said tonight, that now that she has explained herself, I think a lot of people see it differently, because many people held her in a bad light because of that.
But man, I still say there's miscommunication across the board. I don't believe Dennis would come out and say something he didn't believe was true. So maybe Dennis people didn't send the money out and he thought they did. Maybe he went to their wrong bank account, wrong address, they send a personal check or a company check. I don't know what's happening, but the logic escapes me on both sides.
Cranky.
Why would Chung come and say they all got paid when you know they can refute that statement?
Cranky.
It doesn't make any sense.
Cranky.
Yeah. Even if you're inept, that still doesn't make any sense.
Okay, well, that's where I was going with it, because if you, as a accounts payable man, send out money to be paid and you don't check to see if it was delivered, you are inept.
No. You're confusing something, Kyle. People have positions in an organization. If I'm Kyle's boss and I'm the GenSec and Kyle's in the account department and I say, Kyle, send the check out, and Kyle say send the check out, I'm not gonna go check.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna take what Kyle tell me.
No, wait. You're dealing with a matter of national importance, which can potentially embarrass your organization, and you not went check. The whole issue is my money.
What am I gonna check, Kyle? What am I gonna check? Can you send me the statement? Wait, Kyle.
The whole issue is girls getting their money, and you tell me that you not went to check. Come on, man.
Because you haven't run big teams in large organization, Kyle. That's why you're making that statement.
Cranky, that can't.
I'm telling you that.
You can't sell that, Cranky. You can't sell that. The whole issue was the girls and their money. That's the whole issue. And you telling me that you send out this money and you don't verify to check if it was sent out?
Kyle,
so you're gonna verify? You're gonna go get the bank statement, Kyle?
No. You need to call whoever you gave that directive to and say, listen, show me proof that you did this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I have no idea where you work.
Anyway,
That's not how the real world works. That's not how corporate environment works. I can tell you that.
All right,
That's not how it works.
Listen,
That's not how it works.
Kyle,
That's not how it works.
Kyle, slow down, Kyle. So Michael Leaching, right?
Yeah.
At NCB. So you think all I'm just asking, you think he should call and find out if the man who painted the NCB in Ocherios got his money?
If the man who painted NCB?
In Ocherios, yeah. The painter.
So let's put this in context. The man who painted NCB in Ochi, what position is he on the NCB bank? Is it of national importance? No. So that is the context.
Okay, all right. Let me give you a good one. All right, national importance.
Right.
So hold on. I'll give you something.
International media is watching you.
No, Kyle. Hold on. All right, Kyle. We're talking about national importance. All right. The person at the hospital who collects is in the data office who puts up the folders. The Andrew Holness need to ensure that the Ministry of Health send money to the hospital in Hanover so that the chief administrator sends it to the department. So Andrew Holness need to call and check on that.
That's your context?
I'm asking you a question.
No, I'm gonna give you a context. No, here's the context. Here's the context. No, here's the context, Kyle. Here's the context, Kyle. So let's say the government is going to reimburse Usain Bolt's money from a situation that occurred. The finance minister told Holness he sent the money to Usain Bolt. You think the prime minister is going to say, finance minister, send me the information that shows you sending money to Usain Bolt? Really, Kyle?
All right.
Really?
Okay, no, let me give you the context, all right? Because you have all given me context from Michael Leaching having a painter painting a building in Ocherios to, God knows what. But this is the context. The context is years of what you call it now, of money is not being paid, building up over years to finally now it has reached the international media. A spotlight is being shown on your organization, and the whole focus is on you paying these girls money, not over a day, but you have months building up to the World Cup and after the World Cup to pay these girls, and you fall short on that job, that one little job that could clear up everything. That is the context. That is the context. And guess what? This is the kicker. It come back to blow up in your face right here, right now, again.
Well, first of all, we don't know if that's what's happened.
All right,
we do not hypothetical.
We don't know, Cranky, but guess what? You still have to deal with it. That is the point that I'm making. But anyway, hold on there, boss. Before I go, I just want to say this. Okay, so this is where we are right now, and I believe it is incumbent on the girls to have a mediator when they deal with the GFF. I would tell them, do not listen to Cranky and do not go into any meeting with the GFF by yourself and expecting an adult conversation. I would say get a mediator so you have something in writing, something documented, so you can prove to the world as to what transpired. And that's how I would like the girls to move forward. Okay? Gentlemen?
I think the girl should listen to Kyle all the time and just do what Kyle says. I think that's what.
Anyway, guys, nice conversation, and keep up the good work. All right.
So I want to respond to Leighton in the comment section who's saying I'm arrogant and I'm not listening, and it's called checks and balances. Leighton, I couldn't respond to you, but I'm gonna smile and say, Leighton, I do checks and balances throughout my career, continuously, all the time. I run large teams. I have some idea what I'm talking about. It's not arrogance. It's experience. So when you're going to lecture me about being arrogant and about not listening to checks and balances, I know what checks and balances mean. No executive is going to sit down and want to authenticate every single payment go out the door to a bunch of people. They may ask for a report if they're in the detail. Some people are not in the detail. They hire people, they pay them to do a job. If they don't do the job, they fire them and hire somebody else in their role. Doesn't mean some executive is going to sit down and say, send me every single payment that went out. Let me go check it myself. That's not how some people operate. Some people may do it because they're in the detail and that's how they operate. They micromanage. Some people don't. So don't lecture me about being arrogant and about what I do, I don't do. I've lived this as a way I work. and I'm not going to sit down and go look at every single check sent out the door. That's not my job. So I pay somebody else to do it. They go do it. And they tell me they've done it, they haven't done it, then I fire them.
All right.
Let me put it in context now.
Tiga, let me just ask you 2 questions then. So, next week, we find out, we get proof that everything that Mr. Chung says is all lies. The girls have not been paid. The girls are absolutely right. Should Mr. Chung be removed from his job as General Secretary?
If he's spreading false information, telling the public that the girls have been paid, and you find out say what can it can't be trusted.
No, so it can't be trusted. You remove. All right, fine. So you find out that what he said, he didn't lie, and the information the girl present are not accurate. What should happen in that case?
No, if the girls that then some form of action should be taken against the girls too.
What sort of action?
I don't know what type of action, but some form of action should be taken against them.
Let me ask you again. So if you find out that Mr. Chung is lie, everything that he said is all lies and the girls are right, should he be fired as the General Secretary?
No, I am not saying this is my stand. This is my stand. I feel this is what I feel. I feel that the girls have been paid, but they're not paid in their entirety of money. So you can come out and say they have been paid. No, hold on. This is just my stand.
No, but so he's lying then.
Hold on. Let's listen to me, man. Listen to me, man. All right. For example, Miss, they owe you $20 and he paid you $1. And you come out and say, management has been paid. He's not been paid. He's not been paid fully, but management has been paid. You understand? We're not going to do. We can't say he's lying. You paid $1 out of $20. You have $19 for you. But you can't say I've not been paid.
So you're saying that Mr. Chung is not lying then?
No, I just feel so.
Huh?
I just feel so.
You feel like he's lying?
No, I feel it. I feel money's been paid, but not as paid in its entirety.
So he's not lying then? Is he lying?
Yeah, no, I don't feel like he's lying.
So you believe that the girls are telling the truth, but Mr. Chung is not lying?
No. Listen to me, Mr. Man.
I'm just asking you. So are the girls telling the truth?
Are they telling the truth that they're not being paid? No, it's a me don't know. Me can't talk to them, but me can't say what I'm just can't figure out because I'm on talk up on national TV morning, noon, and night and say people get paid. And somebody has said they don't get paid. Management that all about me. Listen to me, man. That's what I say. I feel that money's been paid, but money's not paid to it. It's entitled, but they can't say they didn't get paid.
Tigat, here's what I'm asking. Do you believe that the girls are telling the truth? That is the question, you know?
Of course, the people are telling the truth.
All right. Is Mr. Chung telling the truth?
The teacher want to play about him, pay out everything.
Lord have mercy. Tigat, let me ask.
I don't listen to me, the man. Listen to me, man. Listen to me.
It's a yes or no answer. It's a yes or no answer.
It can't be a yes or no answer. It can't be a yes or management. All right. We're going to put it in context. We're going to talk about context. But we're going to put it in context. All right? We're going to put it in context. All right? I'm trying to this related to you too, like what Kyle was saying. All right. We accompany YouTube every day. I say, management needs to pay me because they owe me money. Management needs to pay me. You understand? Management, all right, now wait for YouTube to pay me so we can pay Tigers. I'm going to come to everyone and show them and say management needs to pay me. So, your management and country work, and management, we country the money to pay me. And then, country said to management, they pay him. But let's still, the common program and say, management needs to pay me. Management, you as a person, you're not going to talk to country ask country to evidence, say, Tigat is being paid. Because he's coming up on YouTube and blaze me up and say, we must pay. You don't go want evidence.
Tiga.
No, I'm just asking a question. Yes, I know.
Yeah, we want evidence. Yeah, we want evidence.
Yeah, you go want evidence. But this is, let me finish your point now. Let me finish your point.
Gone out. You have taken 10 minutes. I have gone away. I am asking this question. You don't answer my question. You're gone.
Yeah, don't hold on, no, this man say.
Question already. I'm answering you. You see, easy me answer you. I say yes. I want.
Let me finish. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. With contact, when Cranky was saying that Mr. Chong, we don't need to find out. If we give somebody the directive to pay, he must get the evidence that said they have been paid. That is all.
All right, I agree with you, Tiga. Come back to my question. Tiga, if are the girls speaking the truth?
Are the girls speaking the truth?
All right, let me stop.
Yes.
Stop. Let me ask you. No, Tiga, I don't want you to repeat what I'm asking you. If you don't hear, say you're not hearing me clearly, and I will repeat. Tiga, are the girls speaking the truth?
Yes, the girls are speaking the truth.
Tiga, is Mr. Dennis Chung speaking the truth?
I'm on the fence.
Okay, so you're not sure that Mr. Chung is talking the truth, but you're sure that the girl is talking the truth. All right, so good. At least you say you're on the fence. All right. So if you find out that all the things that Mr. Chung says are lies, should he be fired from the post of General Secretary?
I think action should be taken. If the action means that he should be fired. If the action means he be suspended. But action needs to be taken to him. I don't know what the action, but action should be taken to Mr.
Fired
Chung.
or suspended, but you're not sure.
Yeah, action should be taken.
If you find out that he is telling the truth and the girls were not truthful, should action be taken against them?
Yes, action should be taken against them. Yes.
All right. Okay. All right.
So I have some questions. So we're gonna reason. Because can you imagine how difficult it is for a jury to hear a prosecutor and a defense attorney argue their points on both sides, and they both see that they're right, and a jury to make a question to answer it and provide a verdict? It's amazing how that works, doesn't it? So here's my point here, Tiga, and to Manningsman, actually. Is it possible that both parties believe that they're right? And they both believe they're not lying? Is that possible?
It is possible.
Yes, of course it is.
And I'm sure that the truth is someplace in the middle. And that both parties believe they're telling the truth from what they know. Because here's what we're asking. Earlier, Kyle and maybe you inferred that Chung should get receipts substantiating that payments were made. Did Bunny Shaw get receipt to show that the girls didn't get paid? Did she get their bank statements and that money didn't go into their accounts? How do you know the girls weren't paid?
Or that the right account information was provided?
Or the right account information was given, or the mailing address they gave was wrong? Does she have any information to substantiate her position?
Hold on. Remember, no, they have a group and they are talking. So if we have a group right now, and management say Tiga, you get paid, and say management me get paid, and management are my advice. Management are gonna say Tiga not get paid.
Right, but how does management know it? What evidence does he have for your word of mouth?
Because Tiga says so.
But suppose he got paid. But suppose Tiga was lying. I suppose Tiga didn't get the money yet, but it went to Tiga's account.
No, hold on, man. You're putting so much support. Remember,
suppose on Trump's side too.
Hold on. Remember, it's a group of persons and they're having a conversation. So they must know who get paid or who not get paid or who for money get. They must know that. So they can write down 5 person get paid, 5 person didn't get paid.
Tiga.
And they can come forward and
Tiga, you're not listening to yourself, Tiga.
Of course, you're listening to myself.
You just said. Tiga, here's the rationale. You guys are saying if Chung asks Tiga to mail out the checks, that Chung needs to make sure he gets the information to show that the checks were mailed out and the players got paid, right? He shouldn't take word of mouth. That's what you're saying, right? So why is Bunny Shaw taking word of mouth from his or her colleagues that they didn't get paid?
Why his or her colleagues need to lie that they don't get to the money? Why they
Why
get
is
the money?
Chung lying? Why is Chung lying?
To look good for the media and to the country.
But how's that going to help Chung when we're going to have contradictory information come out later on? That doesn't make any sense.
Because it's on the news that JFF don't pay the girls. It's all over. You understand? It gone all the way to Africa. It gone all the way. So if I come out in the media and say, yeah, they get paid, I'm going to look good.
Tiga, do you hear yourself?
Tiga,
here's your logic. Tiga, here's the logic. So you're basically saying, which we have just seen, that Chung is not smart enough to realize. Here's what you're saying, Chung, who is a senior person in the Jamaican business community, who has been a JFF genset because of his listen. Because of his resume, it doesn't have the foresight to realize he's going to be contradicted on the road if he come out to the public and say they got paid and they get paid. He doesn't have that foresight. He's not smart enough. Is that what you're saying?
But I'm saying that's your problem. Because of somebody have this big accreditation and the big things behind their name, they can't lie. And they will not lie.
No, Tiga. We're not saying nobody's talking about lying, We're saying no, Tiga, that's not what I'm saying. Because this is what you heard. Tiga, listen. You're not listening. You failed to listen really well. I'm saying, why would somebody put themselves at risk and their reputation at risk just to appease the public in the short term, when the long term they're gonna be found out? How does that make sense?
Well, I think I'll give you a good example, right? So I have I have my Bank of America stuff, right? So sometimes when I give in, depending on who I'm dealing with in terms of business, I can use that account, or you can use a local, like a Jamaican account. So somebody was insisting that they had paid me, and I said, no, you did not pay me. I checked the bank, right? And I'd not seen anything. I called the bank and they said, yes, they paid me. All right. I had to go to their office, sit down and meet with them. And they went through and they're saying that see it here. And I said, well, even though it's showing up there, it's not in my account. You know what happened, Tigat? Remember, I went to my bank, met with them, and they say I need to go to all of those things. This is months in a Tigat. You know what happened? The account I was checking was not the account number that they had on file. They ended up, watch this, they did pay the money from the time they said it. But I was not looking in that account because I did not remember that was the account number that I gave them. So they were saying that they paid me. And if you had asked me, if you're familiar, I would say, all I know them people, they not pay me yet. Watch this. I would not be lying, But you're not lying either. The person who said they pay me, they're not lying either.
Yeah, I struggle with the reasoning, the way we are reasoning, and people in the comment section make these ridiculous comments sometimes, and I just shake my hand and say, I cannot believe you guys are thinking that way. I still doesn't understand why it doesn't have to be Chung on his resume. Any rational person who is thinking would believe they come out and say something which they know they're going to be contradicted. They have an adversarial relationship with the girls. It's not working. They're on both sides. Everybody know about this. And they're going to come out and say, I paid you when they didn't pay you. Does that make any sense to anybody? Like, seriously. He did it today. And he got contradicted today. And people think that he's lying, or is that there's some kind of mistake being made someplace whereby money sent out hasn't been received, calculation was done correctly. Because if somebody got paid, somebody got underpaid, has to be. Because it's a zero-sum game. There was only one pot of money. Maybe people got paid double. Who knows what happened? But something happened someplace. And neither side may be lying. It's just that mistakes have been made. And we know how the JFF is and how competent they are. Their mistakes are just mistakes you can't even make. It doesn't matter.
And he said a few have not been. So I suspect it's a very small amount, which could be one or two persons, who have not, and it could be account. That's what I'm believing. There are other stuff owed, but the ones who have not gotten any money at all, they said few, which is suggesting that it could be like a very small amount, which could be like 3 different cases. It could be account information. It could be wrong mailing address. It could be just different things.
It's what we also missing Manning's man. Do we think that is only the money issue that's preventing people from getting together? You think it's only just the money?
No, like
it's not just the money,
This is what I feel. I feel that the JFF, this is my opinion, the JFF is moving away from Bonishaw and company. That is just the bottom line. They are moving away from Bonishaw and company. And I get that impression with the interview today where they played so many young players. The midfield has been good. This young player who scored a goal and they're ready and they're eager to go.
Dennis don't know about football. Dennis don't know about football. You can't talk to Dennis about football. Dennis is a finance person, administrator. He's not a football aficionado.
Tigat. You know that I find it so funny. Today, you know that when Mr. Chung called the show, Tigat, so many times, Mary and Kyle, I'm so surprised, even some of the people. When Mr. Chung called, you remember what I started out the show with this today? I read an article, You heard the article that I read? About the effects of not paying people. And I gave 5 things that happen. I talk about stress and anxiety, affecting people's self-esteem. You heard that part, Tigat? And I asked him about it. That's how the conversation built up, So I will say that sometimes we have to put people's things in context. And not because I feel like if I don't say what you are saying, then I am against you. So because I don't come out and say that the JFF, like the JFF are lying and the girls are telling the truth, something is wrong. If I say, listen, both parties have very good points and we need to hear and get information to prove who is lying, I am picking side. So I'm not supposed to take a middle ground and get more information. I'm supposed to pick a side. And if I don't pick your side, and it goes both ways. The persons who probably say, all right, I believe Chung, they are criticized. The person who said they believe the girls, they are criticized. And nobody wants to sit down and listen. Everybody start get upset. People start call cranking him, Already.
Management, but that's the way we live in the management. If you're in the States, if you don't support Israel, you support Hamas, nobody want to talk. If you don't support Israelis, you're anti-Semite. If you support Hamas, you're supporting terrorists. If you are not a Republican, you got to be a Democrat. You got to be on either side. If you're a GLP, you got to be PNP. You can't have anything in the middle.
Of course.
We're not being logical as people, the way we reason, the way we think, and the way we provide our perspective on matters. And I'm not taking sides until I get empirical evidence to substantiate that one side is right and the other is wrong. That's not happening. I'm trying to be as objective as fair. I have a stake in this game as a fan and a supporter of Jamaica football. And I'm not on the administration side, even though they have been poor to date. I'm not on the girls' side, regardless of what they've done for the country. I want them to get together and resolve this. All I want to do is amicable resolution, and we move forward. That's all I want. I don't want to be on anybody's side. I want to see football and the best team on the field. That's all I want.
All right, hold on. Now, MG Sports TV. I suggest that I think that is military good. You can correct me if I'm wrong. He said, the person said, Bonnie lied to the world by saying they had to do a GoFund to get to the World Cup. No.
She actually said that.
Yes, she said, but a thinking person, if that is military good, would think to himself, say, how much money that GoFundMe could have earned? Some billions of dollars for them to get to the World Cup.
Tatiga.
Even she said, sorry. Even if she said they do a GoFundMe, you might sit back to yourself and say, how much money that GoFundMe must earn some billions of dollars. You understand? No thinking person could say that Benny lied to the world. That GoFundMe. No GoFundMe can't send them to the World Cup, brother.
Here's what it started. Any thinking person would understand what she was saying, don't it?
Yes.
Let me ask you, is she a thinking person?
Oh, Bonnie?
Yes.
Of course she is.
So shouldn't she be careful of what she says then?
No, but when it was said,
who is more responsible, Tigat? The hearer? Is it the hearer more responsible or the speaker?
The listener.
Or the listener or the speaker?
Hold on, management. Hold on, management.
Hold on, the military. Let me shout military. Because military, I try to call him. I call military. Let me see. So, you know
Tiga, why are we talking management? Let me just say to Tiga. Tiga, you're also showing your bias. Because you want to give you want to give Bonnie the benefit of the doubt for something she said explicitly. There was not ambiguity between what she said.
You're live, you know.
You want to give her the benefit of the doubt. We don't want to give Sean the benefit of the doubt about what he says.
Yeah.
You know something like. So I do believe that Tiga definitely not understand the nature of how people think. Psychology is a very, very important subject. I only got school. I was in my associate degree in criminology. I learned psychology. I have a certificate in psychology.
You got a certificate in aloneness.
you see, that is the reason why it's very important. It's a narrative. It's a hell of a thing. Now, when time Bunny Shaw come out and said we had to do a GoFundMe to get to the World Cup, this is quoting her. When you have millions of persons listening to that, how much of those persons you think knew how much money was in the GoFundMe? We're speaking about a national team now. So millions of persons that would have contributed based off of the general person contributed to that GoFundMe. If you have 3 million people in the diaspora and 3 million persons put $10 forward to that particular GoFundMe, how much of that 14 million person know what she work up on and do everything I go on would have known the exact amount that was in the GoFundMe? It said needs a logical thinking person that can't be no sense. No. It's when time she said that, the millions of people have all thing that they were thinking about. This is a struggle that the girls have to go through. And me in my comment section, I tell people, after I tell them in my comment section, that money for the GoFundMe was for extra amenities for the girls, them personal aspect of things. It has nothing to do with coverage of the World Cup campaign. Nothing at all. So I do believe that you got to understand when a narrative is being sent, you have to be able to read between the lines and pick up when a narrative is being sent. Not everything is as straightforward as it is said, not everything is as straightforward as it is written. You have to understand when there's a narrative being said, especially someone who is in the field of media. Very, very important.
All right, Tigat, what you have to say?
All right, fine. Now, let's go back. Let's go back to the time she said it. She was speaking to Wright, and Wright was said, congratulations. And she said, listen to me, military good. She said,
I'm listening clearly.
Yeah, she said, I want to talk slowly so everybody can hear me. She said, oh, we have been through a lot to get there. It's just a great achievement. You understand? The struggles that we do to get there. We have to get even a GoFundMe. She interjected to get to the World Cup. She said, first of all, she didn't say, oh, we have to do a GoFundMe to get to the World Cup. She was listed.
But
She was
listed. That Tigat. You just said that Tigat. Hold on, Tigat, Cranky playing it.
We don't know what I talk about. We don't know what I talk about. Come here, listen to it again. Stop the narrative, Tiga. She said they had to go for me to get to the world, to get here.
Just play.
What is here?
What is it now? Speak from the beginning. Don't talk about one line. You're taking out one sentence.
I'm gonna play it for you.
Yeah, hold on.
You can play it, man. Without video. I'm gonna play it for you. Wait, there's advertisement. I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna play it for you. We use facts, Tiga. We don't just talk.
Skip the ad and then.
I didn't want to skip it. I want to go to the beginning, man. I don't want to skip anything.
Oh. Tigat, I'm saying that I'm glad that she cleared this up, you know. Yeah, all right. I'm glad that she cleared it.
It's been a long journey, man. It's been a incredible gave up on us. We had to do GoFund to get money to be here where we are. We have to sacrifice so much to be here. So to be here now and moving on is just an incredible feeling, man.
Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Find a way, man. And people now they're gonna big you up. Oh, you're not so great and that, and you don't have to do it. Put your rest. Yeah.
What's ambiguous about that? What's ambiguous about that?
It's been a long journey. She said it has been a long journey, meaning that it's been a long journey. I have used a GoFundMe. She never said they use a GoFundMe to go to the World Cup. She said it's been a long journey. They have to use a World Cup. You have to go one something. Just the GoFundMe a crucified. She said it has been a long journey. It has been a long journey. The GoFundMe is a part of the journey.
Tigat, Mike can be Tigat, Mike can be right. She said that it has been a long Tigat. She said that's been a long journey, and we have to do a GoFundMe to get here.
To get here.
Here is the World Cup.
Get here.
Right? What I can agree with you is that she did not use the word World Cup. She didn't.
Because they already had the World Cup.
She didn't use that. She said that it you can say she didn't use the word World Cup if you want to be a stickler. If you want to be
Thank you. All right.
Times at some point you'll get it. We'll play it about 10 times together. At some point you'll get it because you're not listening.
Pick up me Mr. United comment. Tigat is right on this one. Pick up Mr. United comment. Tigat is right on this one.
No, if Mr. United want that government put up a super stick, you see a super stick out there.
Tigat. Hold on. Tigat. I think Tigat do a lot.
Listen, hold on, listen again, Tigat.
Get money to be here. Yes.
So she said they have to do a GoFundMe to get money to be here. That's what she said.
She's already at the World Cup.
She said that they had to do a GoFundMe to get money. She said we had to do a GoFundMe to get money to be here.
To be here.
No, and Righty's saying, keep talking about it. Keep telling the world that you couldn't get here without you doing a GoFundMe. Let the world know how difficult it was to get here. That you had no money, Tigat. That you had to go to. That's what Righty's telling her. Spread it to the world. Spread the gospel to the world that you had to use GoFundMe to get to the World Cup.
All right. It's that person named Sherman Scott. Yeah, it's that person named Sherman Scott.
I removed it. I think one of the moderators removed the comment. So nobody.
Sherman Scott, yeah, Sherman, you see you, I have to deal with you. You understand? I have to deal with you.
Tika, you never call out the man name, people are going to look for the comment. Oh, may I try to help you, man?
Okay.
But Tiga, what I'm saying is though, I am glad Sherman Scott, come on, man, no bother with that on the channel. Moderators, Sherman, no bother with that. Me not go facilitate and yeah, me not go agree with it. What I'm saying, Tiga, is that she clarified it today because she said
that's typically done. That's a typical done right there.
Tiga, she said today, right? She said today that in the thing that she did, she said this today, that the minister called her, they had a conversation because it was a and because I never asked her, she said, one more thing I'd like to clarify. She chose to do it because this is the first time she has actually addressed it. So I think what she understood that what she said in the moment came across the wrong way. And so she clarified it, which is why I'm saying the letter that they wrote as well, the letter asks for the people who are going to coach the team after Lauren. What they said today, no, that is not what we meant. What people say oftentimes, and what people mean are two different things. And I'm saying what she may have meant in the moment is different from what she said in the moment. But she
Manning's man, one could interpret that as saying you lied, Bunny, because the GoFundMe didn't get you to Australia. Right? Even though that's not what she meant, right? You could have at that point interpreted what you said subsequently and say, you know what, you lied, because that wasn't the point. Your GoFundMe didn't get you to Australia. You got to Australia through government money and FIFA money via the JFF. So that's why I'm careful to not call anybody a liar, T-God, because we don't know all the facts to make that determination. And what Bonnie said here wasn't ambiguous. It was on the BBC, it was on all the major outlets talking about them going GoFundMe to get to Australia, which is not what she meant. So when we're going to say Chung is lying, Dennis is lying, I'm not going to say Dennis is lying because I don't have all the facts. I'm sure Dennis thinks he's right, but he may be mistaken. Maybe all the money wasn't sent out, or it was sent out, didn't get to his destination. Management gave you a perfect example of a thing that misplaced. I sent money to Jamaica, and they called me Jamaica, say you didn't send the money. I'm like, no, I sent you the money. I didn't send the money. You know what? The money hooked up for 5 days in my bank. In fact, they hold on to it before they sent it. And we get to Jamaica, they hold on for another 2 days. So it took 5 business days to get to his destination when I think I will get there next day. So it doesn't mean that anybody's lying to you, God. It means people think they're right. That's why I say they can both be right. They think they're right, but they're not truly right.
No, but MG said Bonishaw lied. But
you could draw a conclusion, right? Because what she said wasn't correct.
But I'm saying that for a person like MG, you understand? You can't say that if you think.
No, but you can't. Wait, but Tiga. He's not incorrect. Is he incorrect? Is he incorrect?
No, but he's playing on the night.
No, that's why words are important, Tiga. That's why words are important. And that's why people use euphemism, mean they use more mild word, because harsh words can be toxic. If I say you didn't tell the entirety of what happened, versus you lied, that's two different things. It's interpreted differently. One is much milder than the others, which people don't seem to realize. Somebody says, I'm going to beat you. They probably just mean they're going to give you a hard time, but if you say you'll beat me, I'm going to take that a little bit more different than you say, you know what? Let's have a dialogue because you may not be totally correct, and I'm going to give you a hard time. It's what you say, Tiga, and how it's interpreted in Tiga.
All right, let me ask you this, Tiga. Is this a lie? Yo, boy, me I tell you, go to KFC, the line long go to road, me I tell you, me can't believe it. Me never stop here, man. And when you got here now, you see 15 people in the line. Did I lie? You're muted, Tiga.
Well, now compare apple with orange and all them something, right? The
point I'm making to you, Tiga, is that even in exaggeration, one person can interpret it as you were telling a lie, and next person says, you know what? It means that it was you're going to wait long. So you may interpret that as I can get KFC now, but I'm going to wait long. When I pass KFC and I see nobody out the road, I could say, yo, me I tell a cranky lie. Oh, the man said the line long, come out the door. But what cranky meant, is that you're going to have a long wait, So I am saying what people mean sometimes and what they say are two different things. And what happened, people interpret what you say when they hear what you mean. They said, okay, so you lied.
I'm sure what Bonnie meant was that they had to go for me to help them to get to destination, to help. There's a difference between help and only GoFundMe got me there. It contributed, but it wasn't the sole purpose I got there with, or the main purpose, the main reason why I got there.
Yeah, go ahead, military, yeah, man.
All right, so the whole aspect of telling a lie or telling something or without passing the full information, the problem in that is because we are in a case where truth matters and being honest matters and speaking with clarity matters. Because if Dennis Strong they say something and it's not the whole truth, we as fans are going to hold him accountable and say you're lying, you're a liar because it never goes up. Because the hatred we have with them in the JFF is so much on a boiling point. Every slip up, every mistake, every minor error, well, to them a liar, them a this, them a that, and rate it. But when it comes down to the players, we don't want to hold the players accountable. We do not want to do that. That is one of the reasons I always say on the program, I say so, I stay far from the politics of football, because everyone will want to pick a side. And me personally, me stand to football. If I JFF wrong, I'll say it. If I players are wrong, I will say it. And that moment, when she said that at that particular moment, it was not a fact. And once it's not a fact, it is the opposite of a fact. Even if at that moment she didn't mean the way that. But that is not what the world takes it and the major media outlets them, they take it as it is, as what she said. So we could answer, boy, she don't mean it and this and that and wait. It's what is being sold during that time period, and she dragged the country. She dragged the country. I think that JFF alone get dragged. Everybody like no people. I know JFF alone get dragged. She dragged the country. I don't have a problem with
MG,
that.
Military Guna, you know what's bad about that?
Yeah.
It will never get fully corrected.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. But guess what? Not the narrative sell at that point in time because what? It's all about clicks and talent and something. Because it sells. And it keep on itself over and over and over. Now, fast forward a few months later, we're in another dilemma again. Another issue. And guess what? No, you're still stuck in between. And the big point come up again. Is someone lying? That is the whole point come up now. No. Is someone lying? And from my perspective, if Mr. Chonga tell lie, even if he never gets to the check and balance based off a nature, as well Carl Wallace said, he shall go check it. To ensure that happens. Fine. I then get fired, I step down. If the girls them tell lie, with anyone knows specific girls or girls, whoever tell the particular lie, should be suspended. Because the girl them have somebody, I'm going to stand up for the girls them. And we as fans, we are with the girls them. But if them mess up too, they should be also be held accountable. Just like how we held anybody is accountable. Just like how me can in a true workplace, I would do foolishness, I will lose the job fee. I was gonna go cause problem, we lose the job fee. Everyone should be held accountable for whatever they do. No one should, because especially the nature of things in the JFF right now, and between 20 boys, no one has legal. Everyone should be held accountable. Anyway,
yeah. Hey, military. Listen, this is a typo, you know, but it's so funny. It was a military Guna. If Teapot was a soldier, I would understand MG.
Yeah?
You have to really comment, military Guna. You have to really comment.
It is a typo, you know. It's a typo, you know. So they put it a typo, but him say, military Guna, if Teapot was a soldier, you would understand military Guna. So you have to see with Teapot.
Hey, sure.
So a black in my car, I'm black. What's the black in my car, I'm black?
No, it's not a typo. I mean, that's a realize it's not a typo. I should have said Teapot black, you know. Whoever
Yeah, I am black in my car, I'm black.
They're not this that, man. He got a good youth, man. Bless up yourself, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. Talk to the people. Hey, military Guna, yeah, your friend them at Issa.
Yeah.
Move schoolboy football final. 2 rural school play national stadium. Fire for you and your friend them at Issa, you know.
All right, so you're going no money. They know that I have a problem with it, and from doing my research.
True, it's easy for you to drive go a match. The man at Westmoreland have you have a problem, but the man at Westmoreland have a problem with it.
No man, a lot of people is okay with it. Because they know
the whole of the town people them okay with it. They think the people them at Hanover okay with it. And St. Elizabeth.
Man, even a whole of people talk about it, man. A lot of people talk about it. State is actually further to go than the national stadium because a national stadium is a central zone. It's far to go than a state or catching all, I'm just and go to the national stadium.
What is MG talking about? What is Military Guna talking about? How do people from Hanover always closer to Kingston than it's closer to Clarendon? What is Military Guna talking about? You talk to people in Kingston or the St. Catherine. Must be that.
St. Catherine and the town people them.
Must be.
Military Guna. If this game 2 o'clock at States, listen, stadium will not have enough people as States would have if it was split, because Manchester, Clarendon and Glenmore now, every person at Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth,
Man is one. And me I tell you, say, Don't test there far up to go than Clarendon.
For who? For who?
For Clarendonian. It's farther than come at Kingston. You will do. Use the phone and Google it and you will realize.
No, because
just Google it.
No. Military. It's not. Guess what? It's not further. It is faster. Two different things. Because one have a highway and one don't. You get there faster, but
it gets not on faster. Don't.
Yeah, but military good. But it is not further.
Yeah, you think so?
How can it be further? Wait.
No,
we're talking about Clarendon, right?
Clarendon and Manchester border, I know. You know,
of course.
The old point is
no, it is because there's a highway. But if you check the miles, no.
But if you check the miles, that highway are calculated by.
No.
They're going to calculate by the shortest route.
No. The miles are longer, but the time to get because it's a highway is shorter.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to you, man. If you're son of
what Military Guna? What about the parishes after St. Elizabeth, Military Guna? What about Hanover and St. James under the parish then?
Cranky, listen to me, Mr. Cranky. Me take taxi go all the way to Westmoreland go watch match. Me take taxi go all the way to Trelawney go watch match. Me take taxi all the way go to Portland go watch match. Me take taxi go Manchester. Me take taxi go. After taking taxi go Walden. And I'm telling you, from a traveling standpoint, when I travel from the whole of football sport, I travel. Me hardly drive. I must travel, me travel. I'm not about taking taxi. And I'm telling you that when I stand up in the middle of Mayton town, to go either Kingston at National Stadium or down at Test, it is vastly easier, time efficient, to reach at Kingston National Stadium.
That is for the two teams, Military Guna. I'm saying to you, this is a rural competition. What about the school? What about the schoolboy teams who want their players to go and watch the game in Westmoreland and Hanover, and Manchester?
Two teams.
Yes.
Two things. One, for many years, two things. One, the facility. The state facility is not conducive to watch a football game.
To watch it?
And that's a reality. That's a reality. The only position I guess to see the game properly is when you're either end of the goal then, behind the goal then, where the normal sit up a little something. I have to pay extra money for it. Listen to this sound. It is $1,500 as an adult and $1,000 as a student. And if you want to see the game goodbye, don't assess, you have to pay an extra $300 to go behind at the goal then. Because if you stand up at the fence, once the ball go down either corner flag, you cannot see it. You cannot see. That's not it. Catching all not ready yet. Catching all is not ready yet.
It is so unfortunate that the Ben Francis Cup champions, Ben Francis final, Walker Cup final, Champions Cup final, the Costa Cup final, Manny's Cup final, under 16 final, under 14 final, all of them won't play in Kingston. So you, all I'm saying is that you think people in Western Jamaica go and watch football, and in all of those other parishes, if all of the schoolboy football finals in a country, every single one is played in Kingston, not St. Catherine, one parish only, every single one is played in.
And I understand that.
From under 14 all the way up. And not only that, the Premier League final go and play up there too. The Tier 2 final played up there. The women's final, every single final in Jamaica is played in one parish.
And I understand that. What I'm saying is what they need to do now is work on other facilities outside that town that is conducive enough where parking space, proper pitch, proper facility is enough. Until then, me as somebody who wants to cover football all over Jamaica, me can't argue against them putting it at the best venue, the best surfaces for the best football to play.
Military Guna, these people have Mannings under 14 to play a final in the National Stadium and under 16. What sense? That don't make no sense, brother. Nobody can tell me nothing. What kind of sense that make? You're under 14 and under 16 team. I leave from Westmoreland and from Rossies. If you go play a match in a Kingston National, how that answer we have no more facility? That don't make no sense.
With that. Well, man, it's me understand with the U16 and U14 because I've been to U16 and U14 final. That was held down at
how many people are going to the women's league final? White have to play in Kingston. How much people really go watch?
Man, anywhere woman league final, no people are going to go watch.
Exactly. So why do they play it in Kingston?
Them not something they can't explain that they want to know. That's more than likely a facility where them can get cheaper price from. I don't know. I don't know the one there. But me I talk about in reference to the money cup, that cup and like the bigger competition them. That the part time.
What time? Oh, Danny Dread. Not tell me say a D Cup only. Manning Cup final player Kingston. D Cup final player Kingston. Where Ben Francis? Walker Cup. Ben Francis a play there. Champions Cup a play there. The rural under 16 final a play up. You not tell me that, Danny Dread. Not tell me say I just Dakar stack up alone. Not tell me that. Up there women's final play for Captain Horace Burrell Center.
Last year.
Our tier 2 final play military.
Captain Horace Burrell.
All right. So I don't know where you tell me, Danny Dread.
I'm going to game them.
I don't know Danny Dread tell me.
But them now and them really can't explain, honestly. Somebody in a sense, I think the U14 and U16 can play anywhere based on, especially after them identify the teams them will like it to got final and just make the planning off of that.
So we did close the conversation by saying man is man. You need to bring Dennis back on.
Yeah.
Dennis can explain the contradiction between him and the
females. So man is man, yeah, move on. They're going to keep program, yeah?
Yeah, man, bless up military. Yeah, man, definitely. We're going thanks for coming on, man. I respect.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, Danny Dread. Okay, Danny Dread he's saying that. Okay, I am saying only those should be played. Okay. I see what I mean. All right, big up Danny Dread. Yeah. So Cranky, I'm going to try to get him on because I think he needs to clear up this and sing. But people, it is 1:06, you know. Soldier.
And you've been on since when? 6:30?
Huh?
No. What time you came on?
I don't ever remember. Soldier.
8:30, 6, 7:30, whatever. Or 7:30.
I have 3 hours and Soldier, we will close out, you know. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Teapot, no man. Me not call you Black Teapot. No man, don't say that. Don't say that, Teapot.
What is the man's current name? What is the man's current name?
You know. T got.
So why you call him Teapot?
No, because I'm not right, and you know when you want to sleep, right, you're right. You just right. Me touch it. I G me for right, man.
Are you spell it wrong 2 times?
Yeah. No, thank you. So me I say to you, no, man. Me I say to you, Kingston, the Clarendon team, if you go turn nearer, but at the same time, why you say I agree with you 100%. Mannings and match should play better. They play a Moby. But maybe them look at more money.
Soldier, all right. Soldier. All right, from you're in New York, right?
Yeah.
From you know that from Bronx to Red Bull Stadium is around an hour, right? It's around 45 minutes, Cranky, right? 45 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Right. So there's no traffic. 45 minutes to an hour. You know that from Westmoreland to Kingston is around 3 hours now.
150.
No man, around 3 hours. But guess what? The mileage from Westmoreland to Kingston is probably the same amount of miles from Bronx to the Red Bull Stadium, you know. But you know you get there faster. Okay. The point I'm making is that getting to a place faster don't mean that the place is nearer in distance.
But it's unfair.
Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying, Cranky?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But the example that work at Westmoreland much farther Kingston than Bronx is. But anyway, I understand the concept. The concept is right, which is because you have major highways nowadays, you may not have had highways for the longer journey. The longer distance may take a shorter time because you do highway driving versus local roads.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Because you have to go down Spurchy and all of them things and hold corners and things. Yeah.
Yep.
Only thing I see Cranky with the match play inside the national stadium. You get some of these local kids more experience. That's when them get called up to the national program and don't trim them when them come to the national stadium.
Soldier, the footballer go. That's the name when I get called up to play on the national stadium.
Most of them not gonna get called up to play for the national team, but it's possible. So we have under 15, so it's possible. I understand that logic, but I think, as management say, you have to distribute where these games are played to give people access. It can't be just concentrated in one location.
Yeah.
Right? They have to distribute it.
All right.
I agree with it. I agree with him 100%, man.
All right, Soldier Onana. Go ahead.
Remember to tell me the man number, no, man.
Soldier, me always say this with you, know. Every time you want to talk to me off ear, you call me on ear. Yeah. I'll tell me, say you want to talk to me.
No call it first name.
It sounds like Tiga's reasoning. It sounds like Tiga's reasoning.
No, man.
Listen, who Manchester play weekend?
That's more than money, man.
They're playing a good team. Who they playing? Is it Newcastle? They're playing a good team.
Newcastle. I tell you this. The way I see them play the team the other day, I tell you this. If we don't change certain things, if manager don't change certain things, we're going to get some perfect.
3 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes,
I would say to Manchester United fan, in the meantime, you can watch Arsenal 10 tomorrow. You understand?
Man, let's not speak too early. Let the game play first. Let's not get carried away with the beat us and you can't explain yourself.
I don't feel a Newcastle, all the manager to just pick the right team.
You know that me not think you should need afraid of Newcastle, I think, oh no, you need afraid of.
That will be the make when they get me tell them, say no, David Dia should never leave the club.
You know Onana has 5 clean sheets in the Premier League, right? Tied for tops, by the way. He's tied for tops in clean sheet in Premier League.
You know, I'm going to check how many shots for a kick to him in those clean sheets.
David Diaz keep 17 clean sheet last season for to reach Champions League. And you tell me, he said, you sell him as much as in play, right? And buy a keeper for 50 million.
No, you didn't sell him. You didn't re-sign him, Coach Soldier, because he's making £400,000 a year.
Send him for holiday. Send him for holiday and then just...
Because he can't use his feet.
Okay,
he can't use his feet. He can't use his feet, Soldier. He can't use his feet.
All right, Soldier, listen, bless up yourself. You're going to run now. T-God, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. We'll try to get Mr. Chung on tomorrow so he can clarify this. Yeah. And we don't want a back and forth, so we hope that when we do this, it can bring finality, because I don't want him to come out and say something.
Before you go, management, may you ask T-Pat something before you go. T-Pat,
that's what you meant to say. Keep going. You meant to say.
You asked man asked you a question and she was going around the corner. T-Gat, you were going around the corner so much and don't answer the man. Why?
Which question that?
Because he was driving on local roads.
If Mr. Chung should resign if he wasn't talking the truth, or the girl. And you can't believe one or the other. You just have to wait until come, because what Cranky was saying, Cranky was right. You have to just look, because anybody can make mistake. Remember, teacher get paid, and you work at a school, and a teacher say, "Oh, I don't get no salary." She can't say anything you don't know. It's not like management asks a very important question. T-Gat, when he said to you, suppose, Bonisha know that those girls, she don't get the pay. A person can't say that, They don't get the money, and when you check the money in their account. So you have to just wait and see before we pass judgment.
So long? I long this thing will go for long, I long this. So long the money in the account, and then can't go back to money and say the money in the account it's a long time,
Big up yourself, Soldier. Coach is this. Devon Porter.
Big up yourself, people.
Try Moon, Dr. Ear, Danny Dread, DW, Soldier. All of the man them in the building, bless up on yourself, you understand me? Mikhail, Cygnus Media, Danny,
Delbert.
Impact TV, Arsenal man, Lanesrad, you understand me? Duckland, you understand me? Bless up.
Arsenal lose tomorrow, you know.
So you go on back to your bed now, man. Have a good night. A good morning. As usual, people want to say thank you. If you have not yet hit the like button, or if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead or share. Bless up, thanks to all the moderators. You know,
man, bless up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right, so people take care. Yeah, lots of things. It's also election season in the football, so be careful. You understand me? What you consume, because some of these things is just some things will come up and pop up all over that probably have some sort of implication on the election. So for the persons out there in the social media spaces, just be careful what you engage in, and use some wisdom in information, in terms of for you disseminate the information that you get, because remember, there's a campaign and everybody want to put out a narrative that supports their part at the process. You understand me? But I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. As usual, when it gets to this point of the show, we say we are over and we are out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.